Fly by night. Dragon nature. Unleash.
Coming through.
Our victory was written in the stars.
I'm under attack!
Was it really that bad?
I kill my enemies first.
Show them the chill of home.
Let me shatter that mind for you.
Good evening, welcome along, and a big kia ora to everyone coming into week number 2 of the semi-finals here for the LPL Pro Dota 2 ANZ Championship. My name's Matt Smite Ross, and of course, Dan, Daredevil Dan.
Just a lot of Dans tonight.
Dan, yeah, I know, there's a lot of Dans in there. Dan Morrell, everyone.
Yay.
Here he is. And Dan, we're actually here. This is the last episode before we get into the grand finals.
Last time we get to do this without a live studio audience.
Exactly, and so the last time we're actually, hidden away in the studio. We actually
secret.
get to see you guys next week, which is awesome. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, though, of course, because we've got to focus on tonight, which is the semi-final. And we are going to be deciding who is going to be facing Atletico in the grand finals next week. And just while we're on Atletico, let's perhaps touch on what happened last week, right?
Yeah.
Atletico 2-0 against Zen9.
Yeah, I mean, Atletico, we came into this pretty much knowing that they'd be in the grand final, or at least thinking it was a definite possibility. But going against Zen9, Zen9 didn't seem to even put up a fight against Atletico, honestly.
I think it's fair to say they put up a fight, but I don't think there was any moment where we were thinking Atletico were not going to win the series.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and so Atletico, this has been what we've expected from the start, right? Like, we thought these guys were going to be perhaps winning the whole thing. So these guys have put up a fantastic job, and unfortunately Zen9 have to go home, but here we have some highlights.
Yeah, exactly. So you just take a look at how Atletico play these team fights. They just seem to know where to be and what to do. And it wasn't the worst fight either for Zen9, but you see EJ in the background just doing absolute work as much as he can, but it just wasn't enough.
No, unfortunately not enough. It's a big ask when you're coming in as the seed number 4. You've got to play first seed Atletico. Everyone thinks these guys are pretty much gods in this entire tournament, so it is a hard ask.
Yeah, looking at this buyback as well from Fury, basically completely turning the game, like Zemistry not dying there, and them just crushing this fight. And it was all of a sudden it was like, okay, they won.
Yeah, it was up until that point in the game where we thought, okay, maybe Zen9 have got something here. Maybe they can pull out a miracle and take us to game 3. But I don't know, like you said, Fury comes in, the buybacks happen, and
there was
Atletico,
just nothing you could do about it.
No, Atletico, again, kind of proving why that they are deserving of that spot in the grand finals. But I think we've spoken about Atletico a little bit too much, because tonight is the night for Shutdown and Flashpoint Gaming. One of these teams will be locking in their spot into the grand final, while the other team, well, unfortunately, the journey ends here.
That's it, indeed. And both of these teams, obviously the second and the third seed, it's going to be a closer game. I watched Flashpoint play the other night in another tournament, and they're looking good. So I don't know if Shutdown have been practicing or what they've been doing, but all I know is that Flashpoint have been looking good over the last week.
Yeah, and I think it's also fair to mention that, it's number 2 and number 3, but they're actually tied. And Shutdown's only number 2 because of the head-to-head rule breaking the tiebreaker there. But let's take a look at Flashpoint Gaming, because you know these players, but a tight man in the mid carry, Baboon as the other carry, Lon in the off lane, and Corrosive and Gamers Hard will be the supports.
Yeah, we've seen these guys play week in, week out. Hype Man obviously being that player we've been watching the most. But hopefully the other players can really bring it tonight, and they can play as a squad.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, Flashpoint is a team that came into the whole tournament that we maybe underrated a little bit. But Shutdown, similar story, right? And their lineup is going to be Snowman as the mid carry, Tien in the mid, Godot is the off lane, and then Spag and Miguel will be support and core/mid.
Yeah, and this is a great looking team as well. You've got some old dogs in this, you've got some newer players sort of shining a light on how well they've been doing as well. And honestly, as I said before, I don't think there's a clear favourite in this game. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go to full best of 3.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the tighter of the 2 semi-finals.
Yeah,
for sure. It usually is when it's the second seed versus third seed, but this is about as tied up as they can be, right? Like, we're talking about how these guys are actually pretty much exactly tied apart from the tiebreaker.
Yeah, and taking a look at sort of round 5, Flashpoint, as you said before, defeating Shutdown in the best of one. Best of ones are a little bit of a funny sort because they don't show, I think, the true potential of the team because it's you can have one sort of strategy and it works. And a best of 3 that doesn't work.
Of course, that is going to be where all the difference comes in tonight because it is a best of 3 series. So the first team to lock in 2 wins will be moving on to the grand final. And, you know, before we get into the match, I know you've said this is going to be a very close one, and I think you know what's coming. Who is going to take it out tonight? And give us the score too.
I think Flashpoint will take it 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah. All
right, well, you know, I'm going to just be a little controversial here and say Shutdown will take it out 2-1.
Okay.
But then again, like we said, it's super close.
Honestly, this is anyone's game.
Like, I'd be perfectly fine if I was wrong.
Yeah. It could also go 2-0 to either of these teams if they really bring it today.
That's true. I mean, that's something that doesn't get brought up a whole lot, is the momentum you get from winning game 1.
Yeah.
You set yourself up, suddenly all you've got to do is win 1 more game while the other team has to win 2 games in a row.
It's a big morale boost. Like,
Yes.
once you've beaten them once, especially if you beat them quickly.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if you crush them in game 1, the other team's going to be feeling rough about it, and you're going to be feeling good. So that could be a big play in this as well.
All right, well, let's just get into it, Dan. Let's get into the second semi-final, Shutdown versus Flashpoint, and see which team is going to be deserving to face Atletico next week.
That's the one indeed. And as we see, we're a little bit into the draft now. Just going through the bans, we've got the Death Prophet Sand King, as well as Morphling Lena and Lycan taken out by Shutdown, along with the Chen, Ember Spirit, Leshrak, Kunkka, and the Outworld taken out by Flashpoint Gaming. And Spirit Breaker Disruptor being picked up for Flash, as well as Darkseer Oracle Sven being shut down. So nothing too crazy in this draft so far. The Lifestealer being picked up by Flashpoint. Great combo with the Spirit Breaker.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
And Fest Charges, always good to watch.
I'm always keen to see, when a team picks up Lifestealer, I always want to see if they're going to do more than one combo, right? Like, sure, the combo with Spirit Breaker is great, but is there perhaps something else that they can throw in to make them have more options with Lifestealer? Is there anything else you'd want to throw in there?
Yeah, I mean, you can always do something like that. You can pick up the Storm Spirit as well. Another great sort of taxi for the Lifestealer. But it's sort of... You don't want to revolve your draft around that too much. Because if you're playing everything for your Lifestealer, and then your Lifestealer gets shut down in lane, it's just, okay, our whole strategy is moot.
So basically just not putting all of your eggs into one basket.
You don't want to do the like single core, this is all we've got draft. It can be very, very bad.
All right, so Ursa now being picked up for Shutdown. We've seen this guy a few times before in kind of various roles as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him as a 4, which Godot did, and he's on Shutdown. So it could be something he does. But I'm not 100% sure where they'll take it. They've got the Sven, which they can use as support instead of the carry. They've got a Darkseer, which could be... I guess he can support the Ursa in the lane, but seeing a Darkseer without farm just sounds bad, and I don't really want to do that, so I'd prefer not to do that.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know indeed. I mean, it's DOTA, right? Anything can happen and the points don't matter, except today where they do definitely
Oh, the points very much matter today. I mean, it's kind of nice that you've got the flexibility as well, so Flashpoint is sitting there. I mean, look, they're already draining through their reserve time as well, because they're not exactly sure where everything is going. Sure, we can make some pretty good guesses, but the flexibility is so strong for Shutdown.
Yeah, exactly. They've got a lot of options they can do. I mean, if you look at it on paper, right, it's Oracle Sven supports Darkseer offlane, Ursa carry. That's what you generally suspect from if you didn't know the team. But knowing Godot, he can play that support Ursa, which it was really weird to watch, but it seemed to work.
It did get the job done.
And we're going to have a Mars picked up by Flashpoint, something that we've only seen once or twice.
Once in week 2, I think we saw Mars.
And it did not go well.
No.
Not at all.
No,
I don't think it was the fault of the Mars, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was that, but I think the important thing is that we haven't seen this guy a whole lot.
No, we haven't really, and I mean, it got moved into captain's mode after a small nerf to him, so maybe that was the big thing. It was big and pubs, played in offlane a lot, but I don't know how he really fits into drafts that well.
I mean, you throw up the Colosseum, you've got Disruptor sitting right there, you can just make it a
get the silence down, and if you want to get out of the silence, you have to take the hits from the walls, so maybe it's something they're thinking about, as you said, but I'll have to wait and kind of see it played to really know what their plan is, because it just feels strange in a lot of drafts.
The other thing as well is like maybe you're thinking of just using the innate tankiness that Mars has against Ursa. Ursa wants to slap you around a whole lot. Mars is very good at handling being slapped around a whole lot.
You just stand head on.
Exactly. You just look at
him. And try and keep the Ursa away. I mean, it could be that. It can also sort of work well with the Lifestealer Spirit Breaker combo. Like you charge in and then you create the Colosseum and no one's getting out. But you've kind of already got that in the Disruptor. So they've got two big sort of AoE holds.
No. So here's what you do. You bring out the bristleback and you stand behind Mars.
the bristle front with the bristle back.
Yeah, you basically make one big hero out of two, and then it's impossible. He's got like damage reduction from the back, the side.
You just can't do anything. Yeah, but that's where they just buy the Break Blade, and then you are useless.
Or like cast one spell.
Yeah. Or pick a Viper.
Oh yeah.
They can still do that if they wanted.
Look, stop ruining my dreams.
Your dreams are memes.
I want this one hero unit coming into the game, but a bit of a meme, probably not going to happen. A few more bands come out though. It's going to be Queen of Pain and the Monkey King taken off the table.
Yeah, so not wanting Shutdown to play that, I would assume the mid Monkey King, and then the Queen of Pain being taken up by Flashpoint as against Flashpoint, as you said, and there's the Storm. So another way they can get the nags in, as I said previously, and just something they know how to play.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, right? It's not like buying into the whole Lifestealer thing, making him all of your eggs. Storm Spirit's just good anyway. Yeah,
it's still a hero that doesn't need the Lifestealer, right? It's not that they have drafted around the Lifestealer, it's just things are working well with it. So they haven't spent everything on the Lifestealer, right?
So Flashpoint with their team rounded out, they've got a ton of initiation, they've got great combo potential from pretty much everyone in their team has someone to combo with.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the lanes for Flashpoint too, you're going to see a lot of movement, I think, from the Spirit Breaker. Disruptor likely just going with the Lifestealer, and Mars being that off lane. So the Spirit Breaker and Mars can sort of lane together, and then Mars can kind of be left to his own devices. Like, he doesn't need too much if he gets like an early start. So then you can have your Spirit Breaker kind of moving to the mid lane. Spirit Breaker moving to the mid lane to support the Storm Spirit, try and get some kills in there. Shutdown really thinking about their last hero though. I think maybe they're not 100% sure where they're going to be playing in the Ursa. It's going to be the Meepo pick.
All right.
So our first Meepo.
It is, yeah. No, it is our first Meepo, which is always fun to see.
I'm excited. I love watching Meepos because it either goes one or two ways. It either is awesome or sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of threw me for a loop because we saw Meepo in the High School League Grand Finals and he absolutely carried. So for a second I was like, is it really the first Meepo? But the good news is that we have seen Meepo carry on another league in Dota.
We've seen it, just not in the Pro League.
Not in the Pro League. So we'll see what the pros can do with it, as both teams have been locked in right now. So we've talked a little bit about what Flashpoint can do with the Meepo rounding things out. What can Shutdown do?
I mean, it's going to be Cozzy playing the Ursa and DOTA on the Sven, so it's a support Sven. Nothing too crazy. So it's going to be a safe lane Ursa with Meepo going mid against the Storm. I don't know how Meepo does against Storm. I mean, I'm assuming he'll do fine because he just gets the ulti, he farms the jungle, he can switch them out. He's not going to be too high risk at dying unless the Spirit Breaker gets on top of him.
It does kind of lock Storm Spirit to his mid lane. Like if he leaves for any extended period of time,
Meepo's going to kill your tower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is something that while it's not like a win for Meepo, it's a big not loss, which sounds a bit silly.
Yeah.
All you got to do is keep Storm Spirit in the lane.
Pretty much. If you're stopping the Storm Spirit from rotating sort of before level 8, 9, you're doing fine. He's not going to be able to put pressure on your other lanes and shut down the other heroes. Which is, I mean, Storm Spirit's fine with this too, because a Storm likes to sit mid and farm and not have to move. Like, if you don't have to go anywhere as the Storm, that's perfectly fine with you.
Okay, and as we are just about to get into the game, still just waiting for the loading screen, of course. Looking at,
it sounded like they'd paused, so maybe someone disconnected because we heard the unpause noise in the background there.
Yeah, of course, if that is the case, everything will be back to normal very, very quickly, and we'll be into the first game pretty much straight away. But I'm really excited to see what the Meepo can do, right? Because it's not like Flashpoint don't have tools to go and deal with it. Yeah. If Storm Spirit is feeling a little bit locked, Spirit Breaker, he can come in, roam down to mid, pay a visit to Meepo, his old buddy, maybe even before the ultimates come out.
Yeah, I think Lon's going to need to rotate pretty early in this game. I think you're going to want him moving around and actually doing a lot of work. But it depends how well he's playing. As I've said in previous casts, he's hot and cold. he's either really good or just doesn't seem to do enough.
Well, he definitely needs to turn it up tonight.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to turn it up for semi-final, right? This is your ticket to land.
Exactly. I mean, this is one of the better prizes to win, right? Like, I mean, yeah, you haven't won the whole thing yet, but if you can win tonight, then you get a trip to New Zealand, you get to come see us, hang out in the Sky Tower.
I don't know if seeing us is like a win.
No, it's a big win. It's a big win.
I mean, it depends who you
It's
ask.
a win for us.
It's a win for us, yeah. We get to hang out with the boys. I mean, I know a lot of these guys as well from previous tournaments and lands and all sorts, so it's always nice to see the fam.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool for the Aussies as well. Like, normally they travel within their own country.
Yeah, or don't get to travel.
Exactly.
Because it's in their own city, so it's definitely a big one for them. Like, I was talking to some of the Atletico guys, and they're super keen. Like, it's only one of their players that's based in, I think, Christchurch, so he still gets to travel too.
Yeah, I mean, going to the North Island, pretty much almost like another country.
I mean, it's a different island, so...
Yeah, that's what a country is, right? Like, just,
100%.
just a landlocked.
Just a land base.
Yeah.
That's it.
But let's get into it. Let's get into game number 1 of the semi-finals here. Shutdown versus Flashpoint Gaming.
Yep, and as we take a look, moving into the lanes, it will be the Spirit Breaker and the Mars game bottom. So Kuro is going to be playing the support Mars with Lon farming, I assume, on the Spirit Breaker. But maybe they're switching it up. I don't really know. Like, support Mars seems fine. It's been done. And farming Spirit Breaker has been done as well. So I think it'll just be, I think whoever gets a better start will farm. But seeing Kuro on a farming role, I'm not too sure about. And they're going to be pushing the Lifestealer away from this, so he's not going to be getting that route.
Yeah, but
so they should get the top 2, and I mean, there's a lot of them here. I think if the Peepo knew, he might try and get the bottom rune as well, go for the triple.
Yeah, I think the important thing is Shutdown have only seen like one guy, two guys up here.
So he'll be afraid of going for that bottom rune. Like, it's really, really high risk, because obviously they can't see what we can see.
Exactly. So lucky with our God vision here.
That's it, we see everything.
Yeah, so it should just be 2 runes each. And so both teams are going to be fine with that result.
Yep. It's been the standard, I think, for like this whole tournament, is that one team will get 1 aggressive, 1 defensive, and vice versa. There hasn't been a lot of teams getting 3 or 4 at the start.
I think it's happened maybe once.
Yeah, it's happened a couple times, but not a lot, which is kind of what you want. Like, you don't want to be giving away a lot of these early runes. It can really, really hurt you.
All right, we got 3 people up here.
Yeah, so they could be running the old aggressive tri-lane here, which, I mean, it could work out for them fine. Mid lane, though, as you take a look, there is someone waiting for that courier behind the tier 1.
So cheeky.
Yeah. He
But
doesn't get it on the way through, but it could get it on the way back. It's like the safer play. Oh, Lon. Damn, doesn't get it. He has to get the 2 hits in, and with that attack animation and the slow speed of the Spirit Breaker, he's not going to be able to get it. So, I mean, basically wasting his time. He's achieved nothing from that other than, oh, he's there. We can play aggressively in the other lanes while we know he's going to be moving somewhere else.
And it's only a short window to do so, of course. So we'll see if they take advantage of it. But up here in this top lane, 3 members from Shutdown here, looking to get a very, very strong lead. Try and shut down that Lifestealer. Yeah,
they don't want to let this Lifestealer farm sort of to his heart's content, but they are making, obviously, one of their other lanes a lot weaker, being that they're running an aggressive trial lane. So they've only got 1 person bottom, which is the Darkseer. Darkseer, he's still getting farm. Like, you can kind of rely on the Iron Shell. You just have to be a bit careful down here.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be a call as well, because they know that there's a Spirit Breaker on the other side, so he will get a lot of one-on-one
mid lane, they are going to be charging through by the looks of it. They will be going on to the Meepo middle, but they back it out. They're not going to get much done.
All right, I mean, a little bit of health damage, but, I mean, I guess at this point, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world for
He's
them.
looping around, though.
Yeah, he is going to be moving again top lane. We are going to see the aggression coming out. They will take down Godot. Sorry, they will take down Jad. Godot getting the first blood, and all the tips come out.
And that's exactly what you want to do, right? Like, shutting down the Lifestealer is pretty much your goal up there when you're sending 3 people.
Yeah, exactly. When you're running an aggressive tri lane, the 2 biggest things are you're getting kills and you're out CSing the enemy. Honestly, the creep score is more important. As long as your Sven is out farming the Lifestealer, you're still doing fine. You've just got to run the risk of losing out on a lot of experience because you are running 3 heroes here. If you can start getting the pulls through, if you can start killing, should be good. But Lon just playing in their faces. He's not afraid of anything. He is a Spirit Breaker. He's very, very tanky. Needs to be a little bit careful with the stacks coming up from the Ursa, but he's also out of regen. He's got one Tango left. He's going to ship out a South, so he's going to buy one up, but that's going to take it away from his mid. And mid players really don't like you when you steal their courier early game.
Always respect the mid player.
Yep. And now we see 2 Meepos in the mid lane.
And that is, spoiler alert, that's not going to stop anytime soon. We're going to have more of them.
We'll have 4 eventually. All the squad coming out.
All the homies.
That's it. And Mars, he's farming great down here. He's fine to be on his own now against Nova. He will take like a lot of damage from this Iron Shell, but end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Like, he's still a very tanky hero. And it's Kuro going to be farming on that Mars while the Spirit Breaker kind of moves around, which is what I was like hoping for. Seeing a Spirit Breaker farm just doesn't feel that good.
Doesn't feel right, but
Cozzy in a lot of trouble. He's going to try and turn and take down Lon with him, but the damage coming out is just too much, and he will go down for this one indeed. And Disruptor just, okay, I'll just keep hitting the Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, Oracle just a little bit too late to that fight. Can't really have an effect on it, so Flashpoint, happy to pick that one up.
And that's against a tri-lane team, so they're going to be decently happy with this. Cozzy going to be moving himself back up here, but it also is the support Ursa again. So it's not like they killed the core.
And it's not like it's a scary Ursa either. I mean, early on, he's all right.
Yeah. Lon, he's waiting for something. He wants to sort of see the go, but this mid is not an easy kill anymore. Even with just the 2 Meepos, like the damage output that can come out is quite scary. Obviously, being a Spirit Breaker, you're extremely tanky, especially at this stage of the game, just because your health and armor is so high.
Yeah, and you've got probably one of the best initiations in the game as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Storm losing a lot of health mid though, but he's going to be backing off to the shrine. Meanwhile, Spagalon, they're just going to play. They're just going to hit each other and be annoying.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the tri-lane as well, is that Lon has to spend quite a lot of time up here on the top side of the map.
Yeah, he can't really move around a lot, but I think at this stage it's actually really hard for the Spirit Breaker to go on anyone.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really want to go to mid lane. Meepo just going to be too annoying, and then the bottom lane is just so far away when you've got to constantly be up here dealing with the tri-lane.
Top. No, he's getting out some damage. The charge is going to come through as well. Sven is so tanky though. Like, he's already got the treads. He's got 1,000 HP and 5 armor.
He's been farming massively, but he's still in a bit of trouble. No, I think he'll get out of this one.
He'll get out of it fine, but that's a lot of HP lost. The charge is going to come through as well. They just want to keep doing damage to him and force the shrine usage. Tower range, though, is going to be there on Lon, taking a big hit there. The nukes are coming out as well from the Oracle. Cozzy moving in, does jolt back for a second there. Oh, Godot reads it wrong, but Lon, he doesn't get a long range charge off, and they will take him down. Ursa getting his revenge there. Goes down, but does still get a kill afterwards.
And yeah, while it's had a bit of a slip up, Shutdown are doing fine up at this top side of the map. I think the big thing as well is, like, you look at the net worth for Lifestealer, like, Johan has not been having a good game.
No, Naix is struggling up here, but I mean, that makes sense with all the aggression. They are putting a lot into sort of shutting him down, which I think is fine. Like, the Storm is getting a little bit further ahead, but the Meepo and the Sven are both basically next to him anyway. You expect this from a Meepo. The Meepo should be farming a lot, but the Storm can also sort of nuke out the wave, go to the jungle, take some creeps. They both have the same sort of farming pattern that they can do. Meepo can just do it a bit easier, and will be getting more experience than you. But
yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing.
Drop off.
Once you see the big level difference, that's
where the Meepo spikes in power. Stun, top lane. They're going to be going into the nades here, taking a lot of damage. But they should be able to kill him here, but I mean, no, there should be no one going down. Cozzy, yeah, he thought about it, but thinks better of diving that tower.
Yeah, and I think we had something happen in the bottom lane. A kill getting picked up there by Flashpoint, going for a dive onto the Darkseer, picking them up nice and easily.
Sven also going for a Midas heal. One gets spotted out. I mean, I don't think the Meepo cares about this. The problem is he doesn't think he can kill him because he can charge away, right? So he's not going to invest anything into killing him. Yeah, he's going to be charging up to the top lane, though. They will be able to take down the Disruptor to start with. But Spirit Breaker's still on his way. But I mean, there's 3 heroes here. I don't know if you want to be fighting any of this. Courier's going to get pinged out.
All right, well, the reinforcements.
Disruptor's going to be here again, but I still don't think you can do a whole lot here. And you look at the CS and Naix sitting on 28. And then the Sven on 43 for 16. Like, it's going to really start making a big difference. Oh, the ward is going to get de-warded here, but they could be in a bit of trouble. The Ursa are going to get into that field and not going to get out of that one with the glimpse, and they will take down the Disruptor. So killing spree now for Cozzy. Got himself 3 kills on that support Ursa. He's got the same amount of CS as he does kills. Living the dream.
That's what you want to see. That is exactly what you want to see. And once more, again, like I know I bring it up a lot, but shutting down Johan has been so successful so far. And now that they constantly keep getting kills up here as well, brings so much more pressure from the other members of the team, right? Like, I mean, mid lane can't really leave, bottom lane can't really leave, but it's really Lon who's just had all of his attention drawn up there.
Yeah, pretty much. He hasn't been able to rotate anywhere else, and you can kind of see it on the map where nothing else is really happening except in that top lane. I mean, they did get 1 kill elsewhere, but it wasn't a huge one for them. Mars now, he's got a decent amount of farm though. Like, the Darkseer and Mars are pretty neck and neck. Obviously, Mars being slightly ahead. The Meepo Storm are the same. It's the Sven that's really out farming the Nax, and you're going to see the charge from Lon once again going down to bottom, but I mean, it's so hard for him to do anything. He is going to be charging the Meepo in the mid lane though, but yeah, you just, okay, I've charged him, got to mid, going to get some experience, and that's about it.
I feel like I'm smelling a dive up in the top lane. Shutdown are really planning something up here. They're hanging around quite a lot. Still, I mean, Lifesteal, he's been relegated to the jungle to get his farm in the moment.
The root does come out from Spag, but the TP's coming in Storm though, does zip past and dodge the stun there from the Sven, and they will be able to take down the Oracle very quickly. They need to get more out of this. The charge is going to come through. Meanwhile, Cozzy are going to try and play interference and get in the way so they can't take down his carry. And I mean, they will both get away. They get 1, but it is Storm Spirit wasted time. And as you said with the Meepo,
in the mid lane,
as soon as that Storm leaves, he's going to be pressuring your tower. He doesn't do a whole lot, but it's still pressure. He's also looking to go that E-Blade first, which puts his burst damage potential up very scarily. Like, you're going to see Disruptor just disappear from the map every time he does something.
unfortunately, he didn't really, like you said, he didn't really get too much done. He got a bit of damage onto the turret, so on the tower, and
yeah, I mean, it's still pressure in the mid lane. It still pulls the Storm straight back, so he can't sort of stay away and keep trying to go for ganks. So he will move himself back. And Lon just sitting in the Roshan pit, out of vision, just waiting to see if he can go on mid. I think you definitely need more than just a Storm to really take this down, but they are going to move 4 heroes up top from Shutdown. Mars to look to put a bit of pressure on, but actually moving around as well. Disruptor going to be trying to stop them getting that rune. I think they can just clip it anyway, but the charge is going to come through a little bit too late, so they are going to secure themselves a bounty rune top. Nax trying to do what he can to push that turn away, but he just doesn't do the damage at this point. Meanwhile, mid lane, you're going to see the Meepo actually take down one on, but the Mars does come in. Kuro should be able to get himself a nice easy kill on this Meepo, so they will get their revenge. But, I mean, Meepo still gets a lot out of that. Like, solo killing the mid, but Corrosive got 650 gold for that kill. He's jumped himself basically that whole amount above the Darkseer. So it's definitely very worth it for him. But still losing your Storm isn't great to the Meepo, but end of the day, they're still... I mean, he's a little bit ahead top lane. Nate's going to be going on to Cozzy. Cozzy does a lot of damage though. You need to be a little bit careful, but with that nice quick infest in and out, they will take down one. Meanwhile, Storm is going to come in again, and they are going to be taking down the Oracle. Darkseer going to surge himself out of this one, but a very, very quick kill on that. Storm once again rotating successfully.
yeah, it looks like Flashpoint. They're really starting to turn things around here, at least in the top side of the map. They got, while not a full-on just kill for free in the mid lane, they did at least turn things around. Yep. And now, importantly, Johan gets a chance to farm a little bit.
Yep. And mid lane, you're going to see the Meepo pushing again. Ursa needs to start getting some experience. He's only sitting at level 4. It's a rough one, but they will take down mid tower. Meepo just going to keep pushing that one out as well. Can start moving his, because he's got 3 now, you can move so much more. Bottom though, they are going to get the hold onto 1. They should be able to take down Cozzy here again. The damage is just way too much, and Ursa's going to be struggling at this point. He's got the tome now. He needs that level 6. It's going to keep him alive so much better.
Yeah. Also, not to mention the good Mars stun can really set up a lot for Flashpoint.
Oh yeah, keep them pinned in. Oh, Aru going forwards on the Meepo. He wants to try and get a net out onto the snakes. He's going to try and hide here. Does miss the first one. He's got plenty more where that came from though. They won't quite go for it though. Oh, Disruptor going to be pulling back the Meepo. They're really scared to try and take it down. How does that miss all of the trees? That is so unfortunate. And now Meepo's like, okay, he can't kill me, so I'm just going to take a tower.
And this guy's already taken 1 tower, like minutes ago, so he's priming himself to take a second one, but Flashpoint, all the boys
what
are
a
here.
net from the troll creep of Nova. Stops Lod right in his tracks on that charge.
Yeah, really a troll.
Yeah, really nicely done, honestly. It was a cute play. I don't know if it actually changes. Even if that charge ends, I'm like, probably don't.
No, but it's cool. It's funny. So that's all we got to worry about.
Yeah, mid lane, they are going to be charging. Ooh.
Oh, poof. See you later.
Yeah, he's fine. He's level 6 now, so he's definitely a lot more survivable on this AC. He's got his phase boots. He's still very tanky. He's got 12 armor and 1,000 HP, but they're still killing it.
And I feel like it's just going to get worse as a flashpoint. Get a little bit stronger with the
Top
walls there.
Nova? He does actually walk into that wall, slowing himself ever so slightly. They will be speeding up the troll, going to have that net through, but the charge is coming out now. They are into tower. Ari wants to go for something. Meanwhile, Kuro going to be using that ult. The Meepos are going to get around him, though. He's going to go down very quickly, Storm. Going to try and do something, but the damage is way too high from this Meepo. He's just fighting you all. He doesn't care. Nova going to be there now as well. The charge comes through, trying to delay this one here. He does hit the wall, though, and gets slowed. Now the ulti's going to come in disrupted, trying to put his silence down as well. Storm's going to be in the middle of it. He does not die. They just take him down. Nova as well to fall, and the Storm Spirit, so well played. Just surviving. Cozzy going to try and get some revenge for his boys. Storm's going to be there. The hold's going to come through. He's going to try and juke him around the trees here. Get out of this one. The Disruptor.
Half the level.
Yeah, Disruptor's just going to be dodging this one out. I mean, even if the Disruptor dies to keep your Storm Spirit, you are fine with this. Can he hold him away, though? Will not be able to. Disruptor going to go down for this one. Charge coming through from the Spirit Breaker. Mars is going to be up here as well. Cozzy could be going down again. The Spear's going to latch onto the tree, and they will take him down. And I mean, the Storm was the big winner from this fight at the end of the day, but it's caught him all the way up to this Meepo and this Sven and the Mars as well. But AX2 has caught up fine, and this is just going to slowly start spiraling out of control if they let this keep happening.
Yeah, it's all about just keeping that vision up, making sure that Flashpoint aren't sneaking up on you, but importantly, not getting too overconfident on that Meepo like you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you saw him fighting, and he was doing so well at sort of just fighting everyone off, which is the strength of a Meepo at this early stage of the game, but you have to be careful. Like, this Mars has got a Desolator. He does so much damage. He's going to have that Vlad's very soon too, so it's going to be that extra armor and the lifesteal aura coming out, and you've got to start watching out for these Flashpoint Gaming team fights. You've got to respect it.
And there's just so much random collateral AoE damage as well that can hurt your Meepos.
Yeah, there's just damage everywhere, which is very hard to deal with. The Disruptor ultis are going to be very, very important. Charge coming through, though, onto bottom lane. They are going to be going on the Sven. He doesn't get the stun off in time, though, so will get held down the Storm. Going onto the back lane. They will be going straight on Oracle, going to be using that ulti here. Meanwhile, they are going to be holding onto the background. So I'm going to zip through. The Silence going to come out as well from the Disruptor. They will take down the Oracle. They will take down the Sven. And again, Flashpoint getting big pickoffs. The Spirit Breaker just charging through. They're going to charge the Meepo in mid lane as well now. Doesn't really have a way to stop him there unless he gets a lucky bash, so we'll get out of this one. Oh, also going to be pulled back in. Latched to the single tree there, going to be bashed up. Cozzy going to be pulled and bashed again as well, and that's going to be another kill going their way. Meanwhile, they do take a tower up top lane for Shutdown, so at least getting something out of this unlucky couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, Flashpoint just goes straight back to farming the jungle. They're not looking to push anything too much further. Maybe this turret, but there's Shutdown are going to be here in time to shut it down, and it should be nothing really gained apart from those kills, which are nice for Flashpoint.
Yep, Godot sitting on that Midas now on the Sven, as well as the Echo Saber, so he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage in these fights, just with that initial 2 hits, especially when he's got that God Strength going. Wouldn't be surprised to see him just go into a BKB, then a Daedalus or a Bloodthorn after that. With those 2 initial hits, getting a crit on either one of those is so much more likely than obviously just initiating normally with one sort of hit. So it can be very, very beneficial to even just get a Crystallis before the BKB. If he does sort of, I think they need a bit more physical damage, but you can rely on the Meepo at this stage of the game to dish that out. So I think going for a BKB is definitely going to be the safer option, but at the end of the day, it's not actually going to save him from too much that Flashpoint can do.
Yeah, Flashpoint, a lot of their strengths come from different sources, right? Like there's crowd control, there's big AoE damage, there's mobility. It's quite hard to just pick one item and shut them down with that.
For sure. And they will be moving up to top lane under the guise of smoke. So all hidden out. Mars might be the one that gets caught by this, but smoke's going to be broken on Spag, and they're just going to back it out. They're not going to be able to find anything here, and I mean, this is a lot of time they're using for this thing. I could have sent the troll in though, but Mars is way too far away at this point. The troll might catch vision, but it doesn't really matter at this point. And meanwhile, Nax is just going to push bottom lane. They won't find anything with this.
They're spending a lot of time up here. They will pay for it with the tower in the bottom lane. I don't think they're going to get there in time. But Flashpoint just don't see anything about this at all. So they're playing pretty bravely with the bottom lane push.
Yeah.
Radiant structures.
Yeah, I mean, they had a ward there that they did de-ward eventually on Shutdown, so they could see some of this going on, hence why the Mars sort of backed out of there. But they're trying to take this bottom tower, and they don't have tower pushing heroes.
It's taken a while.
Yeah, it takes a while for them. I mean, the Master's a Desolator, but that's kind of all their real damage. But you're going to see the Nax bomb in effect now. The charge is going to be coming into mid. Oh, we got the Spirit Breaker watch going.
The cinematic.
Yeah, that's it. But they will be going on to Nova by the looks of it. But they're in the Roche Pit, and Nova's not in there, so they are going to secure this Aegis. Meepo's going to be there as well, but the stun comes out onto the Spirit Breaker. The Colosseum's going to be there. Vacuum comes in though. Storm zipping onto the background. He wants to try and take this fight, which they will. There's already 2 down from Shutdown, 3 to fall as well. They want the Meepo. They're going to glimpse 1 back just a little bit. Storm going to zip through now. Poof to come away. They will just keep following though. The damage comes through. Oh, Mars doesn't get the latch, but is it going to matter? The E-Blade's going to be there. The Aegis is going to go down firstly. Storm holding his ground. He's playing very, very dangerously with this one. His health is just going to rocket down. Storm does survive though. Corrosive kills him just in time with that big shield bash damage. And I mean, Flashpoint Gaming once again show us their team fight is dangerous to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, like, just thinking about that fight, it was right on the river, right outside the Roshan pit, and just so much AoE came down. We talked about this during the draft. Flashpoint just throw everything down there, you know, the Disruptor, the Mars, even the Storm just zipping around, doing a ton of AoE damage.
Yeah, all the static remnants coming out from him. You can't sort of, you have to respect the damage that they do in the AoE, as you said. Like, they can go on one hero, and the collateral is just going to start killing everyone else. And we're going to see these Lifestealer go for a Deso as well. So the minus arm is really going to start coming out. Wouldn't be surprised to see Corrosive going for an Assault Cuirass as well, for even more. You might as well. It's a great item on that hero too. It gives you more armor. It's going to make you more survivable. But Flashpoint just playing really well around these team fights. They don't have any towers is the big thing. But if you keep winning the fights, you're going to eventually start pushing through them. And the Blink Dagger going to be picked up onto the Mars now as well, so that initiation just gets even stronger. You've got Lon charging in, you've got Blink Colosseums, you've got Storm zipping in, which it looks like he's just used all his mana for as well. But Nax Bomb going to be set up now.
We'll see what it can get done.
Yeah, they just need to catch vision of someone.
Remember, this tower is low.
Yeah, Corrosive is there as well. I mean, they just don't catch anyone there. They get the bounty runes bottom, but they don't get either of the top ones. So once again, it's a 2 for 2. Bloodstone going to be picked up on your Storm Spirit at this point. So he's got that Kaya Bloodstone. Likely to go for either an Orchid or a Hex next. I think I'd like to see the Hex, although Bloodthorn's going to be really good against this Meepo. Like, just the damage output. Everyone critting him when they attack him. It's going to be rough to deal with.
Okay, smoke here, being popped.
Yeah.
Flashpoint seeing what they can find.
There's no one here. Again,
no one here.
This happens to them a lot though so far. But once they find them, the fights are really good. But they've sort of been caught out like this a couple of times. The Centaur scouting them doesn't see them.
Did they see it though? Of course they did. But you know, he was quick.
Yeah, they saw him sort of peek over. Oh, Colsey could be in a bit of trouble. Storm going to be zipping through. Now comes the hold. He doesn't get that ulti off just yet either. Colsey to fall straight away. The Centaur's going to be there to vacuum back into the stun. Only hits on 0 people because of Rage and the zip out. Meanwhile, on the background, you are going to see the Sven just get kited around. He does get the ulti from the Oracle, but meanwhile, Disruptor on the background. Big silence and hold out net to fly from the Meepo. Try and stop them going any further, but that's going to be 4 going down once again for Shutdown. And as we said before, Flashpoint, once they catch you, you're in a lot of trouble.
And it's just so binary how Flashpoint are winning these fights, right? They're all so one-sided. They don't lose a member in the last few fights. They're looking super strong. The advantage is only getting bigger, and now they're going to start taking towers down to get even more gold.
Yeah, that's for sure. And they really want this Meepo, honestly. They want to kill him over killing the towers, which I'm kind of fine with. I think you do need to start getting rid of these tier 1s, though. Get some more map control, get deep wards into the enemy jungles, and really push Shutdown off the map. Charge going to be coming through top lane, though. Spirit Breaker wants to do something. Oh, they stopped the Meepo, but the wrong one. So the charge is just not going to make it to him.
Tried to pin him into the other Meepo. Didn't quite work.
It doesn't really work like that, unfortunately.
It should.
It's just shackle shot as well.
Yeah, it should be. It should just be a shish kebab. You know, you get every Meepo along the way.
Yeah, you can spear them into each other. That's next Mars buff. You heard it here first.
All right, I'm excited to see that one. But speaking of Meepo, right, like, what is the point in the game where Flashpoint just don't worry about the Meepo anymore? When is he not a threat?
I mean, he's honestly coming to that now. The Meepo hasn't gotten super far ahead of you. He's only level 16. They're like 15,000 experience behind on Shutdown. Saw a glimpse of it before, so it's... I don't know. I'm not really sure what they can do at this point. If they just keep losing team fights and not really gaining anything, it's going to be rough. And yeah, as you can see, that's a lot.
It's a big, big XP lead right now for Flashpoint, and it's deservedly so. They've been winning so many of these fights lately.
Yeah.
Is there maybe a world where Shutdown look to bait out some of these ultimates and just try and fight Flashpoint when they don't have the ults?
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? They want to fight outside of when Coliseum and Static Field are up. They don't want to fight in those, but they don't, like, Static Field isn't the longest cooldown and neither is Coliseum. It's not like those big Enigma lineups that we've been watching or Tide Hunter. It's not down for long enough, and they still have a lot that they can do outside of that. And they don't rely on it 100%, but it like guarantees them team fight wins. And as you can see, it looks like the Nax is going for the AC over the Mars.
All right, so he's going to be providing that little aura buff for his team.
Another great item on the hero, honestly. Like, it provides a lot for the Nax as well as it would for the Mars. So I don't think that's a huge issue there. I think either one could have done it, honestly.
Oh, okay, he's just going to hide in the trees. He's fine. Mars is going to look for him. He's only going to find trees in here.
Yeah, you're not finding anyone there, unfortunately. So it'd be a bit of wasted time for him. But Flashpoint have come into this quite a few times, right? They've tried to get kills basically all the time, and they miss out on a lot of them because they're just not in the right place at the right time.
But they're hitting a lot of them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're hitting the big ones too. They're hitting them when they find them all. And they're killing them all. And that's going to be a Storm Bottle DD, which is very dangerous to deal with. He's getting very close to having a BKB too. And once he has that, there's like nothing Shutdown can do to him.
Okay, there's the smoke coming out from Flashpoint here. They haven't found a lot most of the time, but I think they might find something here.
Yeah, this will be the big sort of smoke wraparound. They are going to see the Sentinel Force, and then they come in with the Coliseum, instantly kill the Oracle. There's going to be no ulti coming out from that. Darkseer to fall as well. BKB on the Sven, but the Spirit Breaker just stops him in his tracks. Meanwhile, the Storm gets caught in the background. Really nice net coming out from the Meepo. The buyback's going to be coming from the Oracle as well. Kozzy going to try and get away from this one. Kuro going to stop one from moving, but Meepo, there's one super low. The net's going to be there. They will use the E-Blade to stop him from dying, but the Nax gets the slow off, and they will take down the Meepo eventually in the end, and that's 4 dead and a buyback from Oracle, and that is really, really rough for Shutdown, and Flashpoint Gaming just going to push this one through.
It's a little bit crushing for Shutdown because that was a pretty good fight, all things considered, for them. They're just so far behind right now. Like, they netted the Storm Spirit. That's awesome.
That's the big one, right? If that Meepo gets the net off on the Storm Spirit, he's in a lot of trouble, as you saw. But once he gets that BKB, it'll be a little bit less, but it's still going to be scary for him. He's still got to be careful to not get caught out. But when you got a 10-second BKB as a Storm, you're basically invincible.
And then, of
That's
course,
just how you feel.
You've got to talk about like Flashpoints, both of their big ults, the Coliseum and then the Static Field, right in the middle of the river and right on the only other escape point for Shutdown. They couldn't retreat or go back in if they've already moved past those points.
And you see the Spirit Breaker, how tanky that hero is meant to be, and he got like one hit by the Mars. It's just a minus armor factor as well. Like, you have to respect that. And the damage that Shield Bash does is insane.
Stupendous.
Like, it's a ridiculously high damage spell at this stage of the game. But TPs are going to come out. They're going to be joining up at the Shrine, couple at base as well. They could look just to group up and start pushing down towers. Now, the Mars has got the BKB. The Storm is either got it or not far off. And the Assault Cuirass is on the Nax. They are hitting a big, big power spike at this stage. And they can just keep pushing it. They've got 10k gold ahead, 20k experience ahead. This is Flashpoint's game now, unless Shutdown either take a magic fight or Flashpoint start making mistakes because they feel they're too far ahead.
Shutdown kind of need like 10 magic fights though, because they're sitting fairly far behind, and it's not like their composition scales super well.
I mean, the experience gain that they'll get from winning like one team fight will half that lead. Like, because of how sort of high level Flashpoint are, you're going to gain a lot if you take that fight. But I mean, net worth, it's just rough. Like, 10k isn't an insurmountable amount at 27 minutes. But it's rough, man. That Oracle is so poor. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much to see how poor he is.
I don't know. I mean, it's It's still weird seeing the Ursa with such a small net worth bar as well.
Right, strange. It's a shutdown. It's a shutdown thing. I don't understand it. I've just been told DOTA kind of likes doing it, and it has worked. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the idea.
I'm just saying it's still weird to see the bar.
Yeah, for sure. And gonna see another smoke coming out from Flashpoint Gaming. We're gonna try and basically get a pick off and turn it into a tower. It's sort of all they need to do now. Just get pick-offs, take the towers, win the game. It's a very basic idea of how they win, but they have to execute it well.
They do not have a ton of deep vision at the moment. Oh, there we go. They can not yet see very much of Shutdown, but Shutdown is the same thing. Like, they can't see into the Roshan pit. They can't see anything around it. So both teams playing a little bit in the dark here.
Charge is going to be finding out one. They will go onto the Oracle, instantly killed. Nax hit that Oracle once.
And that's all it needs.
So harsh. And as soon as they get that kill, Roshan comes up. Perfect timing for them. They've got a lot of minus armor, especially on Lon now as well. So they should be able to kill this very, very simply.
And there's not really a whole lot Shutdown can possibly do about it.
Well, they're a hero down too. Like, you can't fight this. They're going to use the wall in there to try and do something about it. I mean, did he deny it? No, okay. So could he use the illusions to deny it? Maybe have gotten it. They did leave it down for like a little bit there, but they will get themselves an Aegis. They will have a Storm Spirit's going to jump out now. So that's a BKB Aegis Storm. That is so frightening if you are shut down. You've got to kill him twice, and one of those he's going to have BKB. I don't think you can kill him twice.
I mean, they haven't really been killing him unless they get the net on him. And now even then.
BKB. That's an item. And he's got an Arcane Ring. Living the dream, man. Storm's living the dream.
I feel like we've seen a lot of Storms live the dream, though.
Yeah, we have. Yes. Aghanim's going to be his next pickup too. Obviously, fantastic against the Meepo with that AoE pull. And they all seem to collapse on each other too when they're in these team fights. Catch a couple of them, instantly start grabbing, everyone around you.
Well, the space is so limited as well. I mean, you got to move around the arena, you got to move around the static field if you're not already in it.
Yep.
So very easy for Flashpoint to catch any additional AoE.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And they're once again doing the same thing Flash has been doing this whole game. Group up, find pickoffs, push. And Shutdown are playing extremely carefully. Bottom, they're going to get rid of the Centaur. It's 200 gold. That's a lot of money, man.
200 gold?
Yeah, it's 200 gold for any helm creeps now.
Wow.
So it's a big chunk of change. Like, early game, it's sometimes like worth more than heroes. But you will see the Snakes with that AC and that Deso just taking a tower very easily. Their tower damage is decent now because they all hit so hard. Their physical damage is through the roof as we've been sort of watching heroes disappear from the map.
If only you could reduce the armor of towers, though.
You can.
Can you?
Yeah, with Deso and AC.
There we go.
You can.
You can.
You're learning.
I am learning.
Bottom, gonna see Ursa get going on, but Corrosive jumps into the background with the Colosseum. Oracle's gonna go down straight away. There is no buyback. Cosy on the back end, gonna be caught out here. Does use that ulti, but isn't gonna keep him alive long enough. Sven now gonna be going on the background. They're doing a lot of damage here with the cleave and the vacuum. And Mars gonna be going down first. The cheese is gonna be used on the Nags. Cosy gonna be going down here. This is not great for them. Aegis gonna be up, zips away. They do commit a lot of buybacks for this. Lon gonna be in the background. Disruptor gonna be pulling back the Sven, keep him away from his boys. Lon gonna be going invisible.
I think they get out.
To get out of this one. So they do lose a bit on Flashpoint, but there was high investment. Oh no, he gets hexed. He gets hexed.
I don't think he gets out.
You're so dead. So dead. But they didn't lose their Storm. It did have the Aegis there, so not a huge loss. Corrosive did buy back on the Mars though, so that is a big hit for them, but it cost a lot to defend that from Shutdown, but they do keep their base alive, and they cut that gold lead pretty heavily.
Yeah, so while it's a bit disappointing for Flashpoint, they can kind of just reach into the pockets of their big gold lead right now and kind of throw it at a few buybacks.
They got so much from that. So much experience for Shutdown.
Yeah, that's a bit disappointing if you're Flashpoint. Shutdown now actually a little bit stronger, but let's remember what that fight was.
Yeah.
That was under a tier 3 turret pretty much the whole time.
Yep, and buybacks.
Buybacks, Flashpoint taking a ton of damage because they're all stacked together quite a lot.
Yeah, the vacuum, like the Sven got a couple hits off with some decent splash damage to start, and the vacuum wall came out as well. That's how they have to fight, but the problem is they don't have a lot to keep them once the sort of combo's over. Like if you kill them in a vacuum to stun, combo from the Darkseer Sven, you could potentially kill the entirety of Flashpoint in those like 2 seconds with the Sven. If you hit a couple crits, that's it. They're all dead. But you've just got to make that happen.
Yeah, because if they survive, like you said,
They'll turn it around.
they just turn it around or get out of there.
Storm, I mean, he got caught out there. He just couldn't do enough in that fight. The Disruptor as well. They killed the Oracle straight away in that fight. It was 5v4 to start with, and they still managed to make something of it. So well played to Shutdown for that. But once again, it feels the same. It doesn't feel like Shutdown's in that much of a better position as they were like 2 minutes ago before that fight. They are standing behind Cozzy in mid in the smoke, but no one's going to be here. It's like watching Flashpoint try and smoke deck now. It's just no one's there.
Getting the experience from that fight had to help though.
Yeah,
quite a lot.
it definitely did. They are playing a lot more aggressively now. Like the confidence has gone up. They think, okay, we can actually fight them if we play it right, which is correct. They can fight them if they play everything perfectly. As we see on this van, the BKB has been used, and he's got the Crystallis as well, going for the Daedalus next, relying on those crits to win the fights.
Okay, again,
Smoke up from Flashpoint on the other side of the map to the whole Shutdown.
I wonder if they're on this side of the map. Unfortunately, Flashpoint, the answer is no.
But they just want to go for the base again. They're like, okay, let's reset, try it again, make sure we execute better. Get a good Colosseum off, get a good Disruptor ulti off, you will win the fight.
Yeah, I mean, the big ults weren't too bad. They were just used very early. And so once they ran out...
And buybacks are a thing when you're that close to base too. Like, the buybacks really hurt them. Like, they killed them in the team fight, but then they restarted it, and all the ults were down at that point. So it becomes a lot harder to reinitiate. Whereas Shutdown don't rely on big cooldowns. Like, the wall is one, the vacuum, it does have quite a long cooldown in the middle of fights, but other than that, they don't care too much. They can just keep fighting and brawling, which is kind of what their lineup does. Sven too, going to have that Daedalus and like 600 gold.
Yeah, and he's going to be happy to just right-click away during all of these team fights. He doesn't need to worry about any big abilities.
Yeah,
just the cooldown of his auto attack.
He's quite happy to stand there and just fight you with that gold strength. Once he's level 25 too, that extra 40 strength on him is going to be very difficult to deal with. You have a lot of HP to take off that Sven before he dies. And the Meepo as well. Meepo's pretty tanky. He's got 30 armor and 2300 HP.
The old tank Meepo. Always fun.
That hero just gets a lot of armor, naturally. Like, he's got decent agility, and he goes for things like the E-Blade. And Butterfly even sometimes. Very rarely, but you do see it occasionally. But obviously against Flashpoint, you probably wouldn't bother against that lineup.
Okay, Flashpoint's still taking their time.
You just buy a second E-Blade.
I hope so.
Meepo's just got 2 E-Blades.
Why not?
I mean, it's really good agility game. Unless he, like, didn't have it before. I'm sure he had it before.
He's just BMing, just selling it and rebuying it.
Selling, rebuying, yeah. It's a great use of
just
gold.
out of the vision there.
Yeah, Daedalus, going to be picked up now for the Sven. They will place a ward on the high ground. It did get pinged off straight away, though, so they will know that's there. Naek's going to be on the front line, just using that rage and pushing the tower. They can just sit behind them, so they don't have to commit. They can use that Naek's to push the tower pretty safely, and then back off once his rage is going to end, and rinse repeat.
I think you're pretty happy to trade a rage cooldown for a glyph cooldown.
Oh, 100%, yeah. But they don't look to be wanting to do that. They are going to back off, keep farming, try and extend their lead. But the gold lead for Flashpoint has gone down another 1,000 since that team fight. So Shutdown are farming slightly more efficiently.
Yeah, and of course, like, the gold lead, the static number matters actually a lot less the later the game goes on. Like, there's a big difference between being 1,000 gold ahead when each team only has like 10,000 gold. Both teams have a lot more than that right now.
Yeah, a 5,000 gold lead at 36 minutes honestly isn't, it doesn't really mean much.
Yeah, it's like how strong are your supports?
Yeah, a lot of it is, yeah. Like the Meepo, Sven, Storm decks are all relatively close. The Mars is a little bit ahead of the Darkseer. Like, it's negligible, man. It's 4K now. Like, it doesn't mean anything at this point. The gold's basically even in my eyes at 36 minutes. The experience, they're still a little bit ahead on Flashpoint, which is something that you don't want to see when you have a Meepo. You should be ahead.
Yeah, not at all.
And it's stagnated too. They haven't been climbing ahead on that XP.
Which is, it's all right.
Meepo's not even 25 yet. That's a little unusual for 36 minutes. But, I mean, they've been struggling.
it's been a bit of a struggle for Shutdown, except for that last fight that they had. Everything's been very, very hard for them. So
Yeah, it has been a little bit of a ruckus. I mean, they did well on Shutdown in that aggressive try lane. Like, they got a lot done. One of the things too now is Storm has that Aghanim Scepter, so he does have that AoE pull. So that's a big thing for their team fights.
and it could just take one slip up. One member of Shutdown sticking next to someone else, not even realizing that there's an Ags.
I'll just grab all the meepos. Mars has got the Aghanims now too. So he'll be having that for himself. And I mean, they're just stagnating, right? Both teams just want to get further ahead. They're scouting out the Roshan. Make sure they see that when it comes up. And we'll see. I mean, if it's an early Rosh, it could favour Flashpoint because they have sort of heroes pretty close to it, but I think a lot of it's going to come down to that fight, and it's the third one, so it could be Refresher or Aghanim's charge.
Yep.
Shard.
And I think we can take a look at Roshan's inventory when he comes up. But of course, like potentially the final fight of the game could be around Roshan.
Yeah, 100% could be. And they're going to get out of this top lane and just go back. They're going to smoke up. Meepo's not having a bar of that. He's like, oh, I'm farming with these ones. I can send the smoked one, it's fine.
I got my own way of getting gold.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to commit. Oh, they will find some here though. Darkseer going to zoom in, but not going to catch anyone. The dust's going to be used. Mars going to use that BKB and the ulti. He does not catch anyone though. Spirit Breaker, I mean, he's on his team. They're going to now try and go through. Godot's use that BKB as well. They're going to use the Surge here. They will be able to take down Disruptor. They actually don't care about him. They want to move forward, try and find something else. Glimmer going to be used. Vacuum back. They should be able to take him down eventually. They will see him here. So Spag going to be getting that nuke down as well. And Disruptor, I mean, he's wasting so much of their time. They will finally get the kill, but...
Do they just go for Roshan now?
Yes, 100%. You've taken down one. He doesn't have buyback. This is where you take the rush. You've got an Ursa, even though he's not your core, he still kills it real fast. And a Meepo.
A Flashpoint, though, they know that this is going on. Do they engage, and can they win? They do engage.
Storm goes in and grabs. Everyone pulls them out slowly. Does get the Roche in it as well, but it's really hard to fight here. The Master's going to be going in. Here comes the wall, though. They should be able to take down one. They will take down the Sven at the start of the fight. Buyback's going to be coming in, though. They're not going to let this one go for free. Nags is going to get netted up here. We'll get the nuke off. BKB going to come in. Storm. He loses so much health straight away. Picks up his Nags, though, and gets him out of there. Big save on him. Mars is going to go down, but you see that bash on that Storm. He's got BKB and he almost dies so quickly. You have to respect the damage from Shutdown here, and I think Shutdown are turning a corner on this one. And look at 1,500 crits from the Gold Strength Sven. You have to be careful in these fights.
And they don't have a lot of buybacks either. They committed a lot to that last fight, so even the BKBs have been used. So Shutdown, they've got all 5 members. Storm's trying to buy some time, but I feel like they're going to get this turret down anyway.
Yeah, they will take down the mid tower indeed, as you said. And I mean, the damage output from them is crazy. They're just going to move back, take these neutrals. They could take the tier 1. It doesn't have the backdoor protection as the other ones do, so could take it down if they want to. And yeah, Sven will move his way over there. So
Just free gold.
it's free gold. It's just money in the bag, just waiting for you. And now they're ahead in the gold. So how tides have turned. Yeah, I mean, Flashpoint hit a very, very big strength timing and didn't break the high ground. And I think that obviously that's where this whole game sort of just started turning around.
So Shutdown now with their, I guess we can still call it an advantage, but it's not like it really matters at this point in the game. It's just who takes the better fights.
Yeah, and
they've
so
got a lot
far,
more.
the last 2 fights Shutdown have been playing them better and really getting the wins out. So very nicely played by them. Cozzy as well, going to be picking up that BKB. I think one of the other things you got to mention is Ursa is a core at this point of the game. He doesn't have a lot, but he's got Basher, BKB, Vlads. He still does a lot of damage, and you have to respect that. Whereas your Spirit Breaker, he's not the same as an Ursa support, right? Like, he's got the big urn, so they won't be able to heal. It does a decent amount of damage, and he's got the Solar Crest, but it's just not the same. Lon disconnected, having a few internet issues.
Yeah, so we'll get him back into the game. As much as you're downplaying a Spirit Breaker, he's...
A Spirit Breaker brings a lot to the fights, but it's not like it can go into late game and be a core. Meepo as well did get a secondary blade, so he's got plus 100 agility. So he hits like a truck, and there's a lot of him.
There's quite a few of them.
Quite a few Meepos, yes. And Long,
Unless they're getting vacuumed.
yeah, Long going to be reconnecting, and Disruptor now disconnecting.
Yeah.
Issues.
What? Do you expect all players to be online at once?
Ah, come on now. This is Australian internet
At its finest.
at its finest. I mean, it's what you expect, right?
Yeah. Don't have to worry about that next week in the grand finals, of course.
That's true. You don't.
You've got the best internet in the world, or at least in the Australia and New Zealand.
Some of the world. I mean, we have really good internet.
Yeah, I think it is rated like really up there.
Yeah, it'd be up there. That's the good thing about having small land mass, is that you can lay fibre pretty easily. It's not a lot of space.
Yeah. Also, the actually laying the fibre helps out a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does. Actually putting the fibre there is a big step up from not.
That's weird. He still does that in the pause.
Yeah. Nax's jaw kind of just freaks out all the time. It's a good one. He's got some problems. Very
He's got a
white
lot
teeth
going on.
though, you know. There's no decay there. Just his body kind of falling apart.
Spirit Breaker's weapon is massive.
Yeah, dude. It's a giant lantern.
It's bigger than his like torso.
He's a giant cow.
Like, imagine being like a tiny little meepo and you're running around and you get bashed by that thing.
It's dangerous. It's a scary looking dude, but we're going to see Disruptor now getting back in. Yeah, Spag's getting a bit of lag.
Yeah, well, as long as he can sort it out, we can continue the semi-finals. So stay tight, everyone. We'll be getting back into it in just a few moments. But of course, you know, we brought it up just before, right, Dan? But the finals being next week are going to be pretty poggers, right? Like, it's a live final. It's in Auckland. Here are all the details, of course. It's next week, so 18th of July. And make sure you pick up your tickets from Ticketek. It's at the SkyCITY Theatre, so just down the road from us, right in the middle of the city if you're nearby. Or if you're coming from overseas, I actually saw a few people saying, we're going to fly over and come see this.
That's awesome. I want to see them come in, but yeah, that is going to be our land finals. Meanwhile, SD going to be smoked up. Coming back into the fight, they basically need to win one team fight. If they don't have the buybacks on Flashpoint, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that is going to be some pretty worrying things. And remember, we're talking about the mentality of both teams as well. So you're like, you are pretty scared of both sides, right? Like, this is game one, very important to take out the win in game one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it'll just set them up for a better series on their own, but I mean, it's going to be hard for them. Oh, Storm going to be zipping through mid. No one's close enough to really stop him there.
Yeah, so he's not finding too much at the moment. And both teams just looking to push up, but mostly Shutdown right now, wanting to push into the main base of Flashpoint, try and get some damage done, see if they can get any tier 3s. No racks have gone down on either side either.
Yeah. And Storm, once again, clearing out that mid-wave, making sure nothing too bad happens. And, I mean, Flashpoint, they're going to be grouping up as they have been, as per normal. Mars going to be bottom lane, trying to push that one out. Storm, it's got a CD rune.
Yeah, he sure does. Well, Flashpoint here, just, again, you know, they're farming up. Both sides, like, I mean, we talk about Shutdown being able to just win pretty much off one fight. Flashpoint, while they might not be able to just win straight away, they'll do a lot of damage. And so, you know, Shutdown are being very cautious as well.
That's the one, yeah. I mean, both teams being very careful, as you said. Taking a look at buybacks, you've got, I mean, none, really. Like, some of the big ones are up. Storm does have it, Meepo, Nax as well. But there are 4 down, but they're starting to click over now.
Yeah, a lot of flashpoints.
Oracle just buying his mana boots at 43 minutes into a game.
Yeah, being a team player.
Yeah, look, he doesn't have a lot of money.
Hey, look, better late than never.
Right, that's the one. Better late than never, indeed.
Yeah, that's what you tell your team when they're like, what, you only just got this now? It's like, well, look, do you want mana or not?
At least I've got them now.
Exactly. At least I've got them now. You've got, you know, at most like 20 more minutes of me giving you mana.
Yeah, maybe 20 more minutes. Could be an hour long. Could be a 90-minute game. It's been a while since I've done one of those.
Could be. What's the longest game we've had in this season? I think it was the one that went for
just
like
over,
70
yeah, just over an hour. It was about 65, 70, I think.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't been a tournament of very long games. A lot of these teams have been sort of drafting the heavily team fight orientated drafts, which kind of peak at like between 25 to 40. So that's kind of a more normal at the moment, but hey, it could change indeed. With Flashpoint and Shutdown, they both have teams that do have a strong late game. And here comes the Infest into Kuro.
With the smoke.
Yeah, they unfortunately did smoke under a ward though, as the sad trombone comes out.
I feel like it's very appropriate.
You give them the sad trombone when they smoke under your ward, yeah, for sure. I would.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. He did it to his allies, so it's not like they can tell.
Yeah, that's
either.
it. And if they can catch the Meepo here, it'll be huge for them. Storm's going to zip through. They will go straight onto the Meepo. The pullback's going to be their charge coming through as well. The Mars going to be going onto the back end to try and stop one, but they will go onto the other indeed. And I mean, they just switch targets. Once he uses that E-Blade on one, they just go for the other. And Meepo's going to be finally going down from that. It took them a lot to kill him, and he does have buyback, so it's going to be hard to really get anything done from that.
But do you want to know why it's so good? As they're going to kill here.
Yeah, Oracle, he's in a bit of a pickle. Going to be a very dead hero. But why is that Meepo dying so
The
good?
Meepo kill is so good because he's the one that played the sad trombone.
That's true. He did flame them for their smoke under his ward, and then he
dies.
died. That's karma.
That's right. So
love it.
everyone make sure you...
Don't play sad trombones, guys. It's very rude.
And it looks very funny when it doesn't go very wrong. Anyway, though, Flashpoint do pick up 2 free kills here. There's not going to be any buybacks forced out just yet, as Flashpoint don't really want to pressure anything yet, but I feel like they're converging on this bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, they're pushing all the lanes in. They're trying to keep the pressure off their side of the map, take over the enemy jungle. It's a standard kind of thing they've been trying to do all game. Push Shutdown into their base and choke them out from the farm. Don't let them get what they want. And Kuro's doing it very well. He's just standing there, making sure they can't go anywhere. And they will start converging on this bottom lane. Storm? Whereabouts is he? Okay, so they're doing the next thing, right? Glyph's going to be used for the rage.
See you later.
He can back up. As long as they keep creeps alive, they should be okay here.
Well, they don't really do that.
Kuro, are we moving forward? Okay, that was
wow.
nice. That was really nice. Baited out of BKB. Easy bait, go back to base. Storm going to be pushing that wave out top lane. And Kazi going to be 1 charge down on the BKB. So now on 9 seconds. Not the end of the world because it is still 9 seconds. It wasn't like a big move.
Where are we at with some of the BKBs on the bigger carries, the guys that have had the BKBs for a while?
I think Storm's used his twice from memory. Probably a few more times, but Corrosive, taking a look at him. What's he got? He's got the Aghanims, Deso, Blink. He's going to be going for that Aeon Disc as well. So going to be obviously impossible to kill him straight up with that Aeon Disc keeping you alive for a couple of seconds.
Gives you a few crucial seconds. And
Yeah.
look, if all he wants to do is throw his ult up, spear someone.
Yeah, as long as you don't die before you get your spells off, he's done his job. Sitting at level 25 as well. 25 on the Storm too, so getting all those extra bonus remnants.
Infest going out right now.
Yeah, they need to catch them, but Shutdown, they've got this thing where they just keep staying on the other side of the map every time this happens.
And it is working out for them, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've won a few fights. They've been holding off for quite a while, delaying the game.
Yeah, I mean, Shutdown have been playing very, very well, honestly. Like, Flashpoint were quite far ahead and they just couldn't turn it into the win, but they will be looking to push down this last tier 2 of SD, and I mean, they're just trying to keep the waves away from them.
Yeah,
Rage
again,
going to be used, and look at the damage this tower takes. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just kills them so quickly. And that's what you got to be careful of if they're just sort of raging him up the high ground and just rinse repeating. Storm going to be picking up his Lincoln Sphere once he's got enough gold for buyback as well. So he'd be really close to it. His buyback's probably just under 3k.
well, we've also got Roshan coming up back up pretty soon. So with Flashpoint pushing a little further ahead, it's probably going to be them that will be initiating it when it comes back up.
Yeah, Flashpoint want to get that meanwhile mid lane because they're going to be charged up here and they're going to use the Abyssal Blade as well, and that will be an easy kill onto the Ursa. Dead for over 100 seconds, has buyback, everyone in the game has it. You need that at 48 minutes into the game. Breaking high ground when the whole enemy team has buyback is difficult to do. You have to fight twice with one set of heroes. Oh, Meepo going to be coming in. The stun's going to be there as well. Disruptor's going to be laying down the ulti though. E-Blade going to be used onto the Meepo. Try and keep him alive a bit longer, but Storm gets a nice pull off, and now the Colosseum comes out. It's just massive, but look at the damage. The vacuum wall's going to be there as well. They will take down 1, 2. The Storm trying to get out. He will actually come back in full health, but everybody dropping on the side of Flashpoint. Beautifully played by Shutdown there. The crits damage is just too much for them to deal with.
Shutdown saying that we're not trapped in here with you. you were trapped in here with us, and they just make the Arena of Blood their own despite what was being thrown inside of it by Flashpoint. Flashpoint not throwing up the buybacks just yet.
No, so they have to hold them. You can't buy back into that and actually make it there, but the Roshan are going to be the next target for Shutdown. Nice timing on this one for them, and that's it. There's no way Flashpoint can stop them. They have to use all of the buybacks. They get Refresher Shard, they get the Aghanims as well. I wonder who they're going to give the eggs to. They give it to Sven? No. Okay.
All right, well, they've now powered themselves up for, again, I mean, I think we've said this a few times, but potentially the final battle as we get closer to the end of the game.
So it's the eggs on the Sven. So he's going to be granting the bonus damage to everyone in a 900 AoE. All your Meepos get that.
Oh, there's quite a few of those guys, right?
Yeah, they are going to absolutely demolish Flashpoint.
Flat damage on Ursa as well.
Yeah, it's honestly a crazy amount of damage he's going to be giving his team. It's very scary.
I can't wait for the next fight as well. That's going to be so much fun. And it's great because Shutdown have been suddenly surviving all of the big AoE that we've been talking about pretty much the whole game. Like, Storm's Vacuum, the Arena, Static Field, like all of that has not been mattering as much as Shutdown get later and later into this game.
No, it's their Flashpoint lost their timing, and now Shutdown's team is just so much stronger. They're ahead in the gold now. It's very likely that they're quite far ahead in the experience too, and they're really good at pushing the lanes too. They're still slightly behind, which is a bit surprising. But looking at the net worth, like that's rough, man. That's really rough.
It's got to feel bad.
Winning that one team fight and taking the Roshan and then moving forward. I think the net worth spike too is from the Ags being eaten by the Sven from the Roche. I don't know if that counts as 4,200 extra gold. It might though. It might count as 6,200 extra because of the recipe cost for when you eat it.
Now, I'm not sure how it works that out, but
it might. It shouldn't.
Well, I mean, does it count like potions consumed?
It counts them. Do you lose 100 gold?
After you've
Yeah,
already used them,
it goes down. Yeah.
I'd say it would be the same. It's a consumable, so.
Yeah, but you didn't buy it. That's the thing. It's like when you steal someone's divine rapier, you get the net worth as well.
I think we'll
but someone bought it. We can do an internet. We can find that out at one point on Stage of Our Lives.
Let's find it out. But maybe after this game at least.
Tune into the LAN finals and you'll find out.
Where you can find the answer to this.
Yeah, that's it. I'll make sure I know the answer at the finals, and I'll only tell you if you're here. There you go.
We'll whisper it in your ear so there's no chance anyone else can hear it.
That's it. No one will ever know. Unless someone goes into DOTA and just tests it.
Yeah, already knows.
Or already knows, yeah. There'll be a lot of people that actually do know already. But Shutdown trying to force Flashpoint to stay in their base and move this game forward. They want to close this one out, get the 1-0 start, and then just keep going.
Yeah, it's going to feel really bad for either team to lose at this point, because both teams have had moments where they could win.
Yeah. I think Shutdown are in a very, very good place to take this game. And the fact is that if they win a team fight with that AoE God strength on all those Meepos, your base will disappear. All your buildings are going to die in seconds.
Man, I don't want to think about how fast that's going to kill everything.
Yeah, I think they could kill like 2 tier 4s and a throne within like 20 seconds.
One, maybe perhaps saving grace here for Flashpoint is that Sven doesn't have his buyback available just yet.
He's got Aegis.
Oh, well, okay, never mind then.
And he only needs 250 gold. Like, they get 1 kill in the team fight before he dies, he's got it. So they don't have to be too worried about that. And plus he has Aegis. But buyback isn't, like, it's not going to help you a great deal in the fight. It'll be if you have to fight if they start pushing into your base. Like, buyback and getting back into the fight before your whole team's dead, when you're the Sven, is extremely unlikely.
Okay, well, like you mentioned before, Shutdown, just being cautious. I mean, look how far they have to stand back from Flashpoint's base. That's how much they're respecting the power that Flashpoint can throw out in these fights.
For sure, and 6k gold sitting on the lifesteal, that's a lot of net worth that's not actually being used, and it's because of what's he going to buy? Bots and a moon shard eventually. But he's going to go for the Mjolnir, so he'll get rid of the armlet for that eventually. So he'll be changing his items, but that's 6,000 net worth that's not being used. So if you equate that into how far SD are ahead, they're 24 ahead. Like, it's a big difference. Like, that's so much gold just
Just sitting
Doesn't
there.
matter, yeah.
Not even investing it.
Nope. Not buying stocks and bonds, man.
Yeah, not saving up for 50 gold and Underlords.
Oh, you gotta save up for your money and underlords.
Yeah, you got to get that economy rolling.
It's all the demon strat right now, mate. Multi-demons. That's the big player right now. Storm.
I just like the gold.
Yeah, I just like saving my money. I wish I liked doing that in real life. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I'm great at saving in all the auto chess games, but real life.
And that's going to be Aegis being reclaimed, so Sven not going to be having that anymore. Going to have his boots back though, so they didn't get anything done really with that Aegis, but they're still keeping Flashpoint in their base. They're 20k gold ahead now.
Yeah, that gold lead is actually starting to shape up a little bit more.
20k matters. 20k matters at this point of the game. At 55, it matters, but you see your Sven and your Meepo very far ahead. And judging from the Sven's net worth, I think that Aghanim's Eat is counting to his net worth.
Yeah, and I'd say the experience gap is closing a lot too. Like, it was Flashpoint slightly ahead before. Shutdown must be catching up, if not even maybe a little bit ahead at this point.
Yeah. And I mean, they're just keeping them inside their base. Like, that's all they've got to do. Make sure they're not getting anything. Kazi's level 25 now. Oh, Storm gets the hold off. If he misses that and gets abyssaled, he dies. That's so high risk. He doesn't have the abyssal like A. But if he gets one hit off and bashes him, he dies straight away. There's no way you get out of that.
Dire's middle tower is under
Just being annoying.
Just gonna sit up there.
He's
How's it
chilling.
going?
That's his house.
Yeah.
That's where he lives.
Can't hear you guys from all the way up here.
Yeah, on his high horse. But blinks out. He will get off that ledge. And I mean, they can still wait for another Aegis, another free Aghanims. Like, you can get the Ags on the Darks here, but he's got the refresher as well. So go for that double walls. Wall vacuum. It's always a nice play.
Yeah, well, a lot of things are when you get to recast it that much.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time, man. It's a real good time.
But I feel like it's very likely. Shutdown, they've got so much control around the map, they're probably just going to hold off until
They're
Roshan.
going to spot someone out here, though. Kozi going to get that initial bash in with the BKB going. Sven now going to be throwing the Sun. But they do get the pull with the Storm. The BKBs weren't used. And now the Colosseum comes out. Sven, though, he's so tanky in here. He's just going to fight you underneath it. The Sun's going to come off. They will manage to take down Corrosive in the end. They're going to be turning their attention now onto Lon, as well as the Lifestealer. He goes down, Spirit Breaker to fall as well. Storm's going to dodge that stun, but that's 3 for 2 so far. Buybacks are available for both of these sides. Shutdown could commit them if they want to go for this high ground, but they look quite happy just to slowly pressure it in. They want to force the buybacks. So if you take another fight like that, it's going to look good for you. But the Storm just being so annoying, killing all their creeps before they can get into the high ground. That's just the power of the Storm.
Yeah, I don't think they can force any more buybacks at the moment, even with the numbers advantage. Like you mentioned, Storm's going to be super annoying, constantly clear the waves.
They have to push 2 lanes in at once because Storm can clear 2 waves instantly. Like, he can zip that into one, zip back, zip to the other, zip back, and they're both dead. And as you see him doing it in mid, there's 2 range creeps alive, but then they've got to get through all those remnants. This is the power of the static remnants at this level 25 too. It's great for just doing this. He just zips to the lane, all the creeps are dead, zips out. And then if they still moving forwards, they're gonna die.
Yeah, the Remnant's going to stick around there, clear up all of those waves. So very hard for Shutdown to push in right now. So you might be saying, like, hey, they've got more members. Why don't they just run in right now? Take the base down, they're so close. Unfortunately, they're not quite close enough. As we near 1 hour into game number 1, I mean, this is already looking so much closer than the semi-finals we had last week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we did expect these teams to be a lot closer. They've all got buybacks. They just Shutdown are really struggling to break the base, even though they're so far ahead. But Flashpoint aren't getting anything done either. They're just stalling. Can they actually come out of this and win? Or is it just going to be, we're just going to make it longer for them to win? Heart now on Meepo as well. Sitting at 4k HP.
Why not?
Why not? Might as well be the tankiest boy. He doesn't have boots anymore though, because obviously 6 slotted with the boots in his backpack.
Yeah, he can throw them on if he needs to run a bit faster, I guess.
Yep. The Roshan is going to be respawning now. It's going to be another refresher, another Ags, another Aegis, another cheese. So much stuff from Roche now.
Yep. Roshan's, he's just gone grocery shopping, right? Like.
Oh, he's got the swag, man. But they can also just leave Kozi to do it on his own, right? They can safely do it and just put him in there. Everyone stand outside, take the fight if they need to. But Flashpoint aren't really in a position to contest this. They are coming though. They're going to get there eventually. It's taking a while to kill the Roach. It's a super tanky at the late stage of the game, but Nova should scout them out as soon as they get anywhere here. But Kuro going to use that BKB, trap himself in there. Lon on the background. They will try and take down the Spirit Breaker to start with. Storm going to be zipping in. The Silence is going to be coming out. They're just going to grab everyone. They're so tanky at this stage of the game, though. Trying to take down just one hero, but all the damage just on the background. Storm zipping through, but the bash comes up and he just gets melted. But they will take down the Meepo in the end of it. Naix going to fall here as well. Storm and Naix both dying for the Meepo. The Aegis is going to still be the prize, though. Triple buybacks coming out. Long going to be charging through. Everyone buying back into this fight. Stun's going to be there from the Sven. Ursa going to want to move through. The Hold's going to be there to keep them away. Can they split this one? That's a lot of commitment for Flash. They have to keep going for this. They need this Aegis because they spent so much on this. The Rage's going to be there with the Abyssal coming out onto Kozzy. They want to take him down. E-Blade going to be there. The Cheese going to be used on the Ursa. Getting all his health back now. Storm with the pull. Big stun. Sven stun. Everybody just can't get out. The Storm's going to be there for 2 minutes. Mars buying back. Lord's dead. Disruptor goes down. Buybacks galore from everyone. The tips are coming out. Kuro going to be using that ulti. Trying to fight this one. Trying to keep them away from the Aegis and just outlast it. Kuro, though, losing a lot of health. The Oracle will finally go down. He has buyback. A rampage for the Ursa. Oracle buys back. Sweet as honey, says the big boy bear, and they are going to just crush your high ground from this. With the Storm dead, with the Mars dead, the Spirit Breaker gone. They have no buybacks on these 3 heroes. They've already been used. Just go for tier 4s and get this one done.
Yeah, let's see if they can close it out perhaps during this fight. He's just running and taking all the tower shots there. And look at how fast these buildings are going down. They're rushing past the racks, straight onto the T4s, like you said. One goes down.
Look at the
They're
damage
looking to
with
take
the
down another.
Sven ult. And Naix going to try and do something to stop them from winning this game, but I think it's too little too late for Flashpoint. Shutdown are going to be taking game number 1 of this best of 3. GG going to be called by Godot, and they will be able to go 1-up in this series. A fantastic game 1 for us.
Yeah, 61 minutes in there. A true slobber knocker in the second semi-finals here. And it all comes back to what we were talking about before, is taking that game number 1 and using that momentum to just knock out the rest of the series.
And I think from that, Shutdown are going to feel very comfortable from this. They started losing in the mid-game, but they came back strong. They didn't fall apart, and they took the game. That's going to be a big win for them. Meanwhile, Flashpoint are like, where did we go wrong? They have to analyze it, look at it. It's going to be a lot harder for them.
All right, a bit of a long game, number 1, but we'll be getting into the rest of the series right after this break, and we'll see you then.
The LPL Pro Dota 2 ANZ Championship is proudly brought to you in association with Playtech, technology at play.
Once you pop, you can't stop. Pringles.
This is just clinical.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and Dota fans alike. If you want to win a month's supply of Pringles, make sure you head along to Let's Play Live HQ on Facebook, and you can find out exactly how to win, which will be answering the weekly question, which I'm hoping production can tell me because I didn't actually get to see it this week. But of course, we'll answer it as soon as we get that one.
Right.
It's always a fun one. But there you go. You know, you've got a whole month of Pringles just sitting there waiting for you to take out.
I mean, look, I've been eating a lot of Pringles.
Yeah.
I still want a month's free Pringles.
I mean, look, I literally shoved Pringles into my face, and it was a little embarrassing for that one. But yeah, if you guys think you can beat me, if you think you have what it takes to throw all your dignity out the window and shove as many Pringles as you can into your face, upload your video to social media. You just use the hashtag LPLCrunch and see if you can beat mine. Just by the way, the top score, 25 Pringles at once.
25 Pringles.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so apparently
you have to eat them. So you have to consume all the Pringles for it to count. Okay. So I want videos of you counting them out, showing me the Pringles, and then eating them and finish eating them.
Are they allowed to choose any flavor? Because we did the spicy barbecue.
Yeah, no, you can choose any flavor. Any flavor's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
You make it more difficult for yourself and do it like salt and vinegar, so it like hurts while you do it too.
I think salt and vinegar is okay on Pringles. Like it's not as I don't know,
sour?
killer as some other salt and vinegar flavors. Yeah. Like it's a lot nicer on
the palate.
On the palate,
nicer
on the taste buds.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there it is. If you think you can, if you're a master of shoving food into your face, make sure you don't have any crumbs drop out, because apparently my attempt didn't count because they got all in my beard.
You lost a lot of Pringles.
I did. Yeah. I found out they just didn't fit into my mouth, so I had to
just shove.
Yeah, I had to do my best. But of course, we are here for some Dota as well, and we are one game into the semi-finals between Shutdown and Flashpoint Gaming. Shutdown, after a bit of a slobber knocker, did take out game number 1, and Flashpoint needing to come back 2 games in a row. Shutdown sitting on match point.
I think Shutdown are going to be feeling good after that. I think there would have been some sort of discord with the teams in the middle of that game, like. Shutdown would have seen the mistakes they were making and losing those team fights. Meanwhile, Flashpoint went for the execute and didn't get it done. And then from that like failed racks down bottom, it was just a slow, steady loss.
Yeah, and it's one of the worst kind of losses in a best-of-3 series. Yeah. Like, you're sitting there and you still feel like you can win. Yeah. You felt like you could win a lot earlier on as well. And having it kind of pulled out from underneath your feet, like that's going to hurt in anything you do, let alone the series that decides whether you get to come to New Zealand for the grand finals.
Yeah, it's definitely going to hurt them. I mean, I think the big thing is as well is that Flashpoint are a good enough team to bounce back from that loss. I don't think they're out of this, but the potential for a 2-0 is definitely there now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shutdown kind of play with the second draft and try something new to go, let's win it fast, let's get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing against a team that's, like we mentioned, you know, they've just had a bit of a slip-up, maybe not feeling so great about it. Like, they are a resilient team for sure, but go punch them while they're down, man. That's what you got to do in a best-of-3 series. Like, if you can do it, take the quick 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing to come out of a best-of-3 for a team is a 2-0. You'll feel better about it. You're going to be like, okay, we were definitely the better team. And going into a grand final against Atletico is never what you want.
Yeah.
But if you beat the next best team 2-0, you'll feel better. But I think whoever wins this game needs to practice a lot to even have a chance in this grand final.
Yeah, I mean, Atletico totally smashed their semi-final, like no questions asked. And then coming into tonight, you have 2 teams that are very close. If it goes to 3 games, then questions start to come up. It's like, if they had this much trouble against either Shutdown or Flashpoint, depending on who wins, how are they going to handle Atletico?
Yeah, I think Ath are going to be watching this game going, if any of these teams struggle to beat each other, we're fine.
Yeah, and you definitely know that Atletico are going to be watching tonight. We are just getting the second game set up, but the player's not quite ready just yet. So, I mean, is there anything you want to say before we jump into game 2?
I mean, it's going to be, I think, a lot similar to the first game. You're going to see Flashpoint try and execute an earlier draft and Shutdown going, we're probably better than them. We can go for late game.
All right. Well, I believe we're just going to jump into a quick break as the players are still getting ready. But once they're ready, we'll be back into the action. So make sure you're here in the next few minutes.
The LPL Pro Dota 2 ANZ Championship is proudly brought to you in association with Playtech, technology at play.
Once you pop, you can't stop. Pringles.
This is just clinical.
Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's waste no more time. Let's just get straight into the draft.
That's it. We've got game number 2 between Shutdown Esports Club and Flashpoint Gaming. Shutdown being 1 game up at this point, so they'll be feeling good. I think they're going to come into this one going, all right, let's have a plan, execute it perfectly, and just walk away.
All right, do we expect to see any changes up in the bans? Any outliers from last game that either team just wants to throw in the bin?
Yeah, I mean, the Spirit Breaker's been taken out this time, so not going to be giving that away. I think maybe you might see an Oracle ban, potentially, but it didn't feel like the Oracle was a big sort of change factor in that fight. And Shutdown going to be banning out the Sven, so they're not going to pick it, so they're going to get rid of it.
Yeah, makes sense. Saw it last game, did a lot of work, so just going to throw it out of the window, make sure it's not going to be played this time. So there are a few bans coming out that came out from last game,
yeah.
But of course we've got both teams swapping sides, so Flashpoint will not be getting the first pick of this game.
5 seconds remaining.
Shutdown, what can they maybe perhaps pick up with the first pick of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the options in the pool are so open nowadays. Like, you can... There's nothing that's, like, super crazy stronger than everything else. Maybe they just go for the Oracle first. Yeah. It wouldn't be super surprising. Ember being taken out I as
Leshrac open as well.
Yeah. The Sand King, Leshrac, you've got the Oracle, as I said previously. I think they just play their own game. I don't think they're going for a draft that's like, okay, let's just pick these heroes that are better. I think they're just going to play what they want to play, but they're going to pick the Sand King. So something that they've used a lot as well, a hero that's been kind of flavour of this tournament, honestly. We've seen it a lot. We've seen it mostly as an offlaner. Sometimes, I think we saw it once as a solo safe lane, but always farming. And we're going to see the leader from Flashpoint Gaming and the Tiny as well. So we've seen this combo as well, with just the double stuns. The Tiny stun doesn't exactly set it up as well anymore, being that it's not one stun, it's a lot of many stuns.
But Alina's stun is big enough that they can move a little bit between
you'll probably catch him. It's not like a guaranteed one, but it's definitely probable. But the Darkseer, once again, we're going to be seeing that picked up. Can combo nicely with the Sand King stun too.
That's right, and indeed. So a few more bans will be coming out. A lot of options you can go with for Tiny as well. Like you can just yeet one of your big frontliners into the enemy team. So you already have a big amount of initiation. You're looking at me like I said yeet, and it's a bad thing.
I am, yeah.
It's a good thing.
It's not going to yeet you out of the studio in a minute. But yeah, I mean, the Tiny can be played as a support. You can also go the weird Aghanim spell where you just start throwing trees at them. It's a big meme, but it's kind of scary. I haven't really seen it much in professional Dota. I've seen it a lot in pubs, and you just get like an Echo Saber, and all the trees you throw slow them with that initial Echo Saber hit, and you can crit on them as well. So you get a Daedalus Echo Saber and Ags, and you just start throwing stuff. You can accidentally kill like a whole team.
5 seconds
Like
remaining.
it's a weird AoE. It's a strange thing to do, but you can just kill a whole team, and it's great to watch.
I feel like Flashpoint are not going to bring out the Mimi Tiny today.
They might.
I mean,
honestly, they could.
But with Shutdown on match points, it's so risky to do.
Oh yeah, 100% risky. That's why I kind of think they might do it. But we'll have to wait and see for that one. Kunkka going to be banned out by Flashpoint Gaming, as well as the Anti-Mage taken away by Shutdown. So once again, no split push fun for Shutdown.
So sad. We love watching a carry just off on the side lane, farming his heart's content out.
Do we?
Not always. I like the fights, to be honest.
Sometimes. So it's like a sometimes thing, you know?
Although it is really satisfying when you do get to the point of the game where, they suddenly unlock and they're incredible. So seeing a really farmed carry is always really satisfying when they get there.
Yeah, when they get there. I think a lot of the time you see your anti-mage farm until he gets to a certain point where he's actually strong and then keeps farming. The funny thing about anti-mage is that everyone thinks it's this sort of super late game hero. It's not. 35 minutes is like your biggest peak. When you get the Battle Fury Manta into like a Basher +1 item. That's when your hero is insanely scary. But a lot of the time you seem to see that peak miss. It's because you should be over farming your enemy's carry. So you hit a power spike before them. And the damage output you can do in teamfights is insane. But sometimes that's just missed by just not going to the fights. And sometimes that's what you want to. Like if you're going for that butterfly build and you're pushing towers instead of team fighting, because that's what your team needs. You can also use that power spike for that too, because you'll be doing way more damage to the buildings than they will. But yeah, it's all about timings with the anti-mage, and if you miss them, then the hero can just feel like you've picked it for no reason.
Well, no team will be picking him for no reason because he's been banned out. So
Warlock banned as well. So no big wombo combos for Shutdown with the vacuum into Sand King stuns, into Warlock ultis, all that good stuff. But Disruptor made a long way through this draft and is going to be third picked by Flashpoint Gaming. So that leads us to believe it's either a Lina mid or a core tiny so far.
yes.
There's definitely two supports we're looking at here. Just don't know which.
Yeah. Either one, though, is going to be quite spicy, quite fun.
Yep. We saw Superstar Rin, the sub of the just god sub. He's just a great substitute player. Play the Lina to great effect in the support role, and since we've been seeing it quite a bit more, so interesting to see that kind of trend pop out. Omni Knight going to be picked up by Shutdown. One of the heroes Godot kind of likes picking up. Shutdown's drafts are usually generally a little bit weird because Godot doesn't draft normally. He will pick things that don't see a lot of play. But the Omni Knight has seen a little bit. He's not a super popular pick. And he fits like this weird role where he can be support, but it doesn't seem that good, and he can be a core, but it's all right. So it's kind of one of those heroes that can do anything, but doesn't really excel at anything.
Well, we'll see what will be brought out from the Omni Knight, as it's already been locked in, so he's going to have to play it.
Yeah, he's definitely playing it, just don't know where yet. Because obviously the Sand King, probably not going to be your offlaner now they've got a Darkseer, but the OD going to be picked up by Flashpoint. A hero we've seen a little bit of light in this tournament, and recently in other tournaments as well.
Yeah, it's seen a lot of bans as well, so we could have been even seeing a bit more of it, perhaps, but he will be picked up in this game today. So already Flashpoint's lineup is looking pretty interesting in where everyone's going to be going.
Yeah.
Of course, depending on who is support.
Yeah, it's likely going to be an OD mid now with a tiny Lina offlane and Disruptor supporting the safe lane. OD generally doesn't go anywhere but mid. I've seen like, I think I've seen an offlane OD, which was weird.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to like think outside of the box for Flashpoint, but I don't think they're going to do that. They'll probably just run the Lina Tiny together. Lina will likely farm that lane, and Tiny will play interference. OD mid, Disruptor supporting the safe lane, and we're going to see a Tinker picked up by Shutdown. So this is the 90-minute game if Shutdown win. The Tinker's going to delay this game forever.
Oh, classic Tinker. Of course, this is the first time we're seeing him in the season so far.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Tinker.
So actually going to be real fun to have him brought out in perhaps the last match before the grand final.
Yeah, this could be our last game before LAN.
This could be our last game right here.
Yeah. And then next time you see us, we'll be in like fancy suits and yelling in front of a crowd.
That's right, and hopefully the crowd's yelling back as well.
Hopefully.
Because there is nothing better than a live crowd during an esports match.
Just screaming at stuff because they're there and they want to scream at stuff.
Well, screaming where the team wins.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite things as well. Especially when you get to be in the crowd and scream as loud as you want. But
I mean, it's our job as well to like scream as loud as we want and stuff. That's the best part.
We're also not allowed to want a team to win. You know?
Yes, we are.
Well, no, we're not allowed to let people know though.
Yeah.
So.
You can, you can. You can have a favourite. I think you're allowed. I think you're allowed to say, I want this team to win. I don't think you want to like biasly cast it.
Yeah.
But you're definitely allowed to have a favourite. Like, who's your favourite in this match? Who do you want to win this best of 3?
Well, I mean, I don't have the personal relationship that you do with a lot of the players here.
True.
I'd be happy to see either team take it out.
Yeah, see? Sitting on the fence. Fence sitting. Safe plays. Disappointing. I wanted some animosity on this table. I wanted you to say one team so I could purposely just pick the other.
Hey, I predicted Shutdown's going to win the series.
That's true, and I predicted Flashpoint.
So there we've got some animosity there.
Right. So what does the loser of this bet do?
I don't know, eat more Pringles.
I'm fine with losing then. Like.
No, but like way more than you can fit in your mouth. So it's embarrassing. And you've got to do it in front of people.
Okay. I'm not agreeing to that.
Well, then there you go.
That's that, but...
Then I guess we won't have any kind of bet.
No, we won't have a bet. Dan has run away from the challenge, as per usual. But Juggernaut going to be banned out by Flashpoint Gaming, so no safe carry in that hero. There's still other options. There's still the Naix in the pool if they wanted to play it. I don't think you do this game, although the Rage would be really good against all the sort of lockdown that they have on Flashpoint. But yeah,
a lot of the Flashpoint kind of comes as a surprise though before you can activate the Rage.
Yeah, like the Lena Stun's pretty sort of profiled there. Tiny's, you can kind of see it coming too, but if he's got a blink stun, it's like instant. It's really going to be hard to rotate off. So, as you said, probably not the best pickup anyway, but Shutdown going to be eating through their reserve time to decide on this last ban, maybe not really entirely knowing what Flashpoint are going to be doing with their draft. They can still run the OD not mid as well. That's still a potential.
That would be quite surprising though. Like, I think if you're Shutdown, you just aim for the assumption that OD is going to be in the mid lane because it's the most likely.
Yeah, you have to assume that, I think, at this point, unless you've scrimmed against Flashpoint or have heard of them not playing it mid and playing it somewhere else. But Bristleback going to be the pickup for Shutdown. So, it's a Bristleback carry, Darkseer with the Omni or Sand King offlane. They could also run it aggressive, Omni Bristle Sand King with a safe lane Darkseer. I could be into it. But it's funny because Bristleback's one of those carries that kind of peaks mid-game and Tinker delays games. So I'm not entirely sure what their plan is with that. Maybe they're using the Tinker more with the Rocket Laser Burst in these early fights. You can get rid of the Lena, get rid of the Disruptor like instantly. So it could be something they're working on there with the Sand King stun. So there is a different power spike for Tinker when you do that, being that you can take out one hero of fight instant.
It does give them a few options as well. Like, you know, they can try to look for the spike in the mid game, don't find it, go all the way to the late game. Although, like you mentioned, there's not really anyone else on the team that is insanely powerful.
No, Shutdown's late game lineup isn't good, but the Tinker can delay it.
Yeah, the question is, of course, do they actually want to delay? But Flashpoint, they've got 20 seconds left to round out their composition, just looking to get in what's likely going to be their main carry here, with only 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, eating through basically all of their reserve time here. Flashpoint wanting to figure out why Bristleback.
Yeah, the Bristleback is super, because it's not like he's going to be sitting there countering out anyone that's already been picked.
Okay, we're going to see the Alchemist picked up by Flashpoint. So it could be a safe lane OD with a mid out. Nah, it's going to be a safe lane out. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Alchemist, Disruptor, going to be hanging out together most likely. We haven't seen Alchemist either throughout the season. I think this is the first time.
No, I don't think we have seen it at all. Maybe right there. We should have this written down. You know, which heroes have we not seen? But then again, there's quite a few. Be a long list.
Yeah, but the list gets smaller every time a new one gets picked up.
DOTA is one of those games that a lot of the heroes in the pool are playable. Like, it's not like you've got to pick 20 from the pool of 130 odd.
Yeah, I mean the diversity that you see coming out of TI like every year.
Yeah, it's like almost every TI has like no hero unpicked. I think there's been a couple with like 1 to 3, but that's about it.
The number is very low.
Yeah.
And I mean there's a very large amount of heroes in the game.
There's a lot of heroes.
Well over 100.
120 something or 130.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up there though. So when you've got like at most 4 heroes that haven't been picked over a very large best in the world tournament, then diversity is pretty good.
Yeah, you know the balance is good in a game when a lot of the characters are picked. It's a good tell of how good your balancing team is.
Yeah, of course that all goes out the window when I'm losing in ranked, but game's totally unbalanced. It's not my fault.
No, always blame your team.
Yes, blame the support. He's not warding enough.
Oh yeah, it's always the support's fault.
It's never my fault.
They didn't buy enough wards, therefore you lost. That was the reason.
Exactly, because it's so hard to prove as well. Like the support can't come back and be like, "No, we have heaps of vision. Look, there's nothing you can point to."
I mean, you can in the score screen at the end where it shows how many wards you've bought.
No, but then the carry, you just say like, "Oh, you didn't put them out in the right spots."
Yeah, you put them in the wrong spots. That's always a good one. That's a favourite.
You've got to have your backup excuses ready. But here we go into a game number 2 with Shutdown on match point. Flashpoint Gaming needing to win 2 games in a row. Winner of the whole series will move on to the grand finals next week against Atletico here in Auckland City.
Beautiful Auckland City.
Beautiful Auckland City. It looked, was it this morning or yesterday morning where it looked like Silent Hill, where there was just fog everywhere.
It was today.
Very beautiful.
When I was on my way to work. It was good.
Was
it
it
dark
spooky?
and cold. Yeah, they cancelled flights, I think. Auckland Airport had to cancel a lot of flights. I think it was mostly the smaller domestic flights.
Yeah.
Don't have the old scanny radars for takeoff and landing as new as the big boy planes. But we're going to have a little disconnect again this game.
OD looks cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
Easily one of my favorite designs moving into Dota 2.
Got the little fancy boots on Tinker, so he gets a little different TP.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the first, very first, different items that actually change things in the game, like what things look like.
Yeah.
It was like, wow. So it was so amazing.
It's so incredible, like the first time that happens as well. Oh my god, that is beautiful.
Oh, look at him. He's protecting his swamp. Yeah, everybody knows what I mean from that. We just don't need to say it.
Nothing to be said.
Yeah, something about onions, I don't know. But Tiny going to be walking around. Look, he's already found a tree friend.
He's looking to just take it out.
Ugh.
Yeah,
kind of looks like the ogre as well.
Did he wear a hood? I don't think he wore a hood.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic.
Reconnect going to be happening, so Tika going to be coming back into this one. I mean, it could just be issues, yeah. Go's been called by Disruptor. All right, so off we go into the game. Game number 2 between Shutdown and Flashpoint Gaming. Runes, looks like they're going for the safe ones this time on the side of Shutdown. Not going for any aggression. They could go for the bottom one if they know that it is only the Alk. Alk really wants his team to get more runes because he gets so much money.
Definitely loves the gold, that guy.
Yeah, and you don't have to pick them up. So if your team's picking up the bounty runes, you're getting the bonus for it as well. Like your alchemist can just all of a sudden have 1,000 gold at the start of the game.
Should be great.
Stupid.
Just go for all 4.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes it's worth the risk. You can lose like 2 heroes and still get more GPM just because of how much the Alk is getting for it. But they will be moving ahead into this aggressive ward here. Disruptor going to be putting out the damage and they will instantly scare them off. Alk's not going to go for the ones bottom, but that's going to be 2 top. So they're already ahead and gone, only picking up 2 there. So Alchemist's going to be really liking that one. Cozzy just going to have problems with Lon. It's going to be standard. But if you take a look at the Alchemist and actually just see how much gold he already has, he's already ahead. He's having a great time.
I mean, absolutely loving it as well. Well, he's not sitting super far.
Did he not get Grievel's Greed first? Maybe he didn't get it. Maybe I'm wrong about everything.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, he's not even in a lane yet. He's support, right? So, is he? He's going top lane. Is it an off lane Alk? I don't know. No one's bottom.
Someone's
Where
got to go bottom.
Flashpoint going?
Yeah, this is a really weird start.
We've got pretty good chemistry.
So they're rotating their lanes. The lane is going to be going down bottom, and they're going to have 2 mid to start with to try and stop the Tinker winning this lane. This is weird, man. They take it so long to get to their lanes. This lane is going to be so far behind.
Yeah, he's stuck around there for such a long time.
Yeah.
And he showed his face quite a lot, so Shutdown know that he's around.
Yeah.
They know that they've got plenty of opportunity to be a little more aggressive in the top side of the map.
A very, very strange start indeed for Flashpoint Gaming, and Alchemist just going to get run out of this lane by the Darkseer with that Iron Shell. It's going to be very hard to deal with. Toss back on the Sand King. Takes so much damage from this. They are running an aggressive tri lane here. An aggressive tri lane, so trying to do what they can. Nova as well, taking up a bit of damage here. He does have those Iron Shells out too, so you can't be tanking 2 of those.
No, just too much free damage taken out from them. Sand King is healed back up, but Tiny is still here.
Yep. Tiny's nice and tanky at this point. Like, they are running this tri lane, so they need to be getting stuff done here. Lon, he's just playing with them at this point. He's just going to TP out.
See you, nerds.
Essentially just TPing back to Bay. Wasting the time, he's going to heal up, just go somewhere else. Most likely going to bottom maybe to help with Selena. Or you try and keep running this aggressively. Corrosive's not doing too poorly. Like, last hits wise pretty bad, but Experience is doing okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to head along to the bottom lane.
But you've got an Omni Bristle, you have to be careful. But the Bristle doesn't have any mana on it. Does have the mana now though. Ooh, this is good too, yeah, the Sakuro's dead. Nice first blood from DOTA there.
And it's such a shame as well, because Tiny was moments away. He could have been there to at least help out.
Yeah, he may have been able to delay it, but I think your Lena still dies there. You just have to basically have mana on this Bristleback, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Tinker holding his levels, he's got 2 levels of laser, nothing else. It's very normal. Just getting the 2 levels, and then that's about it.
So tri-lane a little bit falling apart there for Flashpoint, giving up on that one.
Yep, just going to go back to playing 2-1-2. Don't think they can do much top, so they'll just let this Alchemist farm and get that extra goal from the Grievel's Greed.
All right, and so for a character like Alchemist, whose gold income is kind of like all over the place,
yep.
Like, what is the point in the game where he really starts to activate?
It's usually, honestly, quite early if he gets a good start. Like, you're getting so much gold than so much more gold over them. But it can also be like really, really late game too, when you're like 8 slotted and you've given your team all sorts of items. You can use ags for yourself now too, and it gives you a little bit. Zanking though, going to be going down on Shutdown. They're going to manage to get a kill up top.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice dive played out by them. They also forced out the glyph from Shutdown as well.
Yeah.
Saw it on a few minions, maybe a few creeps on the other side of the map. But so.
Yeah, it's just a change of equilibriums a lot of the time with that glyph. And we are going to see March of the Machines picked up mid. So no levels in rockets, going to go for the lane instead, as well as the D push. Going to make sure you try and get those TP boots as fast as possible. It's really when you start seeing that hero come into its own. Bottom lane, you've got Soaring on the Bristleback, so won't have mana problems very much. It needs to be careful of his HP though still. But he's not invincible. He does have an Omni Knight, so he can feel pretty invincible, but
almost invincible.
Yeah, he's still going to be running sort of pretty dicey. Likely just go for the. He might even just go pipe first. I don't think he needs to Vanguard this game. I think you just rush the pipe on your Bristle and then just head first run at them. What do they do with no magic damage on that team early game? All their damage is magic, other than like OD's pure.
Yeah. That's a lot of, again, we'll say it again, or a lot of eggs in one basket.
Yeah, for sure. Pipe could definitely change how this mid-game plays out. But they won't be getting the aggressive rune. I mean, Disruptor still wants it. He's going to glimpse. Will he get it? Yep, he'll get the rune.
Yes.
So, okay, Alchemist didn't get his though. So the Sand King got that one. Oh,
he's out.
There's no, obviously no vacuum on the Darkseer yet, so not going to be able to cancel that TP. He will just get out.
Yeah, a little bit sad he didn't pick up the rune though for the Alchemist. Would have loved that, but hang
very
on.
Unfortunate. Yeah, bottom lane, they will manage to get at least the Tiny. They do kill the Bristleback for this though, so it will be a 1-for-1 trade, and that's it's a call for a support, right?
Yeah, I think he'll take that.
Yeah, take that any day. Kuro's going to love that one. He's almost level 6 now. Going to be going for the mana boots early. You can split that into the Aether Lens as well. Generally don't hold on to the mana boots. Usually go into phase or just the bots if you're not going to get the phase that early. And we'll be shipping those out to himself. Cozzy just playing with some creeps, getting held up there for a little bit.
He's moving pretty deep here.
He wants to stack these camps so they can kill them. So they're going to be able to take this double stack here. They've got the Sandstorm and the Iron Shell. And it's not hard for them to kill creep camps, that's for sure.
That's a lot of golden experience that they just easily picked up right there.
And there's another stack here too. They have watered it out, so it won't be respawning either. So take down these 2 centaurs and another double stack. So that's, it's a nice little win for them, for sure. Taking it away from the Alchemist too. That's the bigger thing there. Rather than them getting it, it's them not letting Alchemist get more fun.
Yeah, and they rushed mid lane as well, so there might be a bit of action going on around there. Looking at the minimap, they're just moving away. So nothing too crazy happening there. But, you know, Flashpoint got to be like, where are these guys? They must be farming our jungle.
Yeah, for sure. They've got to be doing something right, but they, whereas you said, could have been going for mid lane, but don't go for it just yet. They will back off and Shutdown just farming their little hearts away. They're slightly ahead in gold. It's nothing to write home about. Alchemist not getting crazy far ahead, so the net worth not sort of skipping the way of Flashpoint just yet. That's kind of what you need to happen. Oh, stun onto Kozzy. From Kozzy, sorry. The Disruptor's going to glimpse back here. But Kozzy, is he going to die for this? Yeah, no, he's going to get out. Thinks better of that. If he gets trapped under that tower, he's going to die, especially with Lon moving in.
Does pretty much make him though, so they may have a chance to dive in a bit later, but I don't think they're going to go for it.
I mean, he doesn't really mind if he dies anyway. Like, as long as he's getting this a little bit of gold and extra experience as that Disruptor under the tower, while your Alchemist is just farming the jungle.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Spag.
Keep aggro on that, but Spag.
Spag coming through, wants to stop this Alchemist doing what he's doing. And will Sentry ward up that camp. So, not going to be able to kill that one again.
Oh, he sees him.
Alk. Is he faster than him? I don't think he is, no.
Radiant's
He
top
can't
tower
catch him.
is under
They look like
attack.
the same speed.
No sorceries
Spag just going to get... Oh, Kozzy does get the stun, though. The Sandstorm's going to be there as well. One more hit will kill this Alchemist. He does get it. So they will take down the Alk for this one. OD could be in a bit of strife too, but with the rotation of the Disruptor and the Lena coming in, the ulti from OD as well. So that's some hate killing right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're diving that
Disruptor
far...
pulls back, Kozzy. There's the ulti from the Lena. Corrosive going to get himself a kill too, and that's going to be 2 dying. They do kill the Alchemist, but at what cost?
Yeah, they were diving so deep for so long as well, so, you know, Tinker's been pushing a whole lot in this mid lane. He's got much of the machine, super easy. Doesn't get any real damage onto the tower, does keep OD trapped.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, OD does get himself a kill as well, so he'll be pretty happy with that one. Lon sitting at level 3, he's going to be rotating through. He's just going straight up for a blink dagger. It's not surprising. They just get that blink on him and actually be able to do something in these team fights. Oh, Tinker mid does get healed up. Lon though, he's under the march. He's just going to get run down and easily killed.
Yeah, that's a mistake that you just can't afford to make at this point of the game.
No.
It's so crucial to keep him alive for that one. It's a Flashpoint. It's feeling a little even, but you really need to keep the lead here.
Yeah, especially with the Alchemist too, you should never be behind in net worth or else something is probably going wrong. Alk sitting on 3.4k net worth, it's going to start climbing faster and faster. Interested to see if he goes for sort of more of a fighting build or just this pure like Manta Octarine kind of build that you see sometimes. You know, the Manta Octarine Radiance. Oh, Glim's back. Tinker could be in a bit of trouble here though. Does get pulled back and OD just going to be standing there, hitting him down. Lon's going to rotate him as well, and they will get themselves a nice kill. Centaur going to be moving up though with the Iron Shell. Oh, doesn't get the stun. OD going to banish that creep away. Isn't going to be able to kill it. It's way too tanky for him to kill quickly.
A lot of them are just so low on health and mana that they might actually struggle to clear the creeps here, and there's a lot of members here for Shutdown to go for the dive.
Yeah, once again though, the Astral Imprisonment going to be there. They can't get the setup from that Centaur creep.
They will pay for it though, as this tower does get whacked away, and Shutdown should be looking at securing this one. Flashpoint do have a few members nearby, so they might throw out the glyph and try and defend it.
Corrosive moves him with the stun. He's going to be going forward. Kozzy is behind him, though the heal comes out from the Omni, but not enough to save him. Kozzy now wants to get out of this one. Oh, Disruptor is there. They do hit the stun too, but he's just going to TP in the guise of invisibility.
Yeah, Corrosive actually hitting quite a lot of these stuns.
Yeah, he's been nailing his stuns, and with no setup most of the time either.
Yeah, so definitely a big, big asset to the team right now, holding Flashpoint in it. Shutdown, it feels like they've just been super gready with the plays they want to make, you know, trying to get just a little bit more than perhaps they can chew, as the saying goes. So a lot different to game number 1, although Flashpoint did take a pretty good lead, like in the very early stages of game 1, and still lost.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, the early lead didn't seem to sort of change the game that much last time with Flashpoint not really hitting... I mean, they went for their timing and they hit it pretty well, but they just couldn't convert it into a win.
The difference in this game, though, has got to be Shutdown's timing. Like, just looking at their characters.
Yeah, it's a weird one, man, because they got the Tink of it, then they went for an early game carry in the Bristleback, which is so odd. But hey, if it works, you know, we'll have to look into it. But the Treads brace is built on the Alchemist, then going into the Radiance, making himself nice and tanky just at the start, and then will convert into the Radiance timing pretty well. You generally, if you go this build, you want the Radiance by like 13 minutes, so he's going to be late, but he isn't a safe lane Alchemist. The safe lane Alchemist wants it at 13. Off lane, you can live with sort of a 15, 16. I think you're not too upset. It's kind of like the anti-mage's Battle Fury timing. You want about 15, 16.
As long as you can get soon, I think it's going to be the big question.
Yeah, but Kozzy going down to this OD again. Tinker going to be rocketing them up, trying to push them away. Meanwhile, they are going to be playing behind enemy lines in the top lane. They're going to be moving there as well with more heroes. Bristleback just going to be standing in front of his team. Lon.
Oh, heal.
Yeah. I mean, he just doesn't want to get stunned. He knows he can kill him. He just has to do it correctly, which he does.
Yeah, well.
Glimpse under the tower, though, will be held there as well. He's sitting at level 10, though. He just turned his back to this tower and TP away. The glimpse has already been used. Nothing to stop him from just walking out of this one. Spag, meanwhile, on the back end, is going to be playing with this disruptor, with this OD, sorry, here. Oh, no!
Oh.
He's got no mana, though. He's got one stick charge, which would be enough just to get him out. If he can use it now on TP, he'd be the god, but Spag going down. They will eventually kill him. Took them a long time. A little bit of a misplay there from the OD as well, using the Astral on himself, but end of the day, they get the kill, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what, man? Look, sometimes you just wake up, you log onto Dota, and you Astral yourself.
It happens.
It happens to everyone. No need to feel ashamed.
Yep. But now we see the Alchemist on top of the net worth. Well, I mean, he's neck and neck with this Bristleback, though. Bristleback obviously farming really well in the early game. Went the Vanguard Medallion Soaring build. Didn't go for the pipe straight up, which I'm a little bit surprised by. But then again, he's a much better player than me, so probably knows better.
Yeah, I think we can trust him.
Yeah, probably. Smoke up, though, from Flashpoint Gaming. Going to be aiming for Kozzy here. Will catch him out. The glimpse back into the silence and the stun with the Lon combo as well from the Tiny. He'll be taking him down. Meanwhile, though, the unkillable gods trying to come through. Does get astraled over.
Yeah, sent to the Shadow Realm. Doesn't matter how unkillable you are.
If you can't do any damage, you are quite useless.
Exactly. And so, fortunately, he will not pick up anything, but a nice little pick up for Flashpoint. Like, these are the kills that they want to be finding.
Yeah, they're just getting a little pick-offs. Meanwhile, Tinker's just farming his little heart out. He's got the boots to travel, and he will be going for that Blink Dagger next. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
And so, Flashpoint looking poised to bring this a little closer to Game 3, if they can make it. I mean, remember that they had the lead in Game number 1, and Bristle is tanky, but...
He gets astraled and then glimpsed, but he doesn't come out at the other end because he was astraled. Stun from Corrosive, gonna miss. Godot's just gonna keep walking away. He's just gonna keep going. You can't kill him like this. They don't do any damage.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have the glimpse as well. Maybe buy a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, I don't think they hadn't comboed that up. Like he didn't think about the. Obviously, you can't cast glimpse when he's in the astral. Yep. So they basically did it at the same time, and they just messed up. It happens.
Sneaky little Omni-Knight here.
Yeah, trying to kill that Sacred Relic, so delays the Radiance timing even more. It's already a bit far behind. But then again, once again, he wasn't safe lane. That was Kuro. They were in an aggressive tri-lane, then to dual lane kind of thing. It wasn't fantastic. Their lanes were really rocky to start with.
Yeah, the important thing is, though, he has it now, and can start to really activate his farming.
Yeah, he'll have his Radiance basically in like 30 seconds, so... He's got the Sacred Relic at least. Bottom. Alchemist, though, does he get taken out before he gets that Radiance? Should be just fine. Using that Chemical Rage, going to keep himself very healthy. 200 gold to go.
He's getting there.
Meanwhile, Godot's actually taking damage.
I don't believe it. I mean, I don't think I've seen his health bar like this in a long time.
Yeah,
Tiny's
since the start of the game. He's got a lot of regen, though, so... Not too worried with that 15 HP a second. Lon wants to catch him out here. If they can catch him out, it's a very big kill. He is their highest net worth on Shutdown.
Would be nice, but he's just so fast, so tanky. Like, it's just going to be too annoying to catch him. He's buying a lot of time.
Yeah. But meanwhile, exactly what you said, buying a lot of time. He's distracting the enemy team. They're now pushing bottom still. They've got the Omni, the Darkseer, and the Sand King bottom lane. Just doing whatever they want.
And there's nothing here to stop it either. They're putting.
And now Kodot just turns around and goes, I can probably actually just kill you now. And meanwhile, the rest of his team's going to be TPing in. The stun's going to be there from Lena. We'll catch out the Bristleback. They don't know who's behind this Bristle either. The damage comes out from the ulti from Kuro, but he just turned around in time, so it barely does anything to Kodot. Now pushing even further forward. Dodges that Lena stun, going to clear out some trees at least. Kuro, though, going to be going in now. The Sanity's eclipsed, though, from the OD. Takes out one. Can he TP away from this one? No, he cannot. They will, unfortunately, go too far in and losing a bit of damage here.
Yeah, look, I like the ideas that Shutdown are coming up with, but they're just going too far into them. Like, I mean, we just saw he went way too far, diving too deep. They should have been happy with that one kill they got right at the start and just moved back away. I mean, sure, they had to TP a lot for it, so there's a fair amount of an investment in it. But so much better than just diving too deep and losing 2 members.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest play they've done. Centaur Creek going to be used to TP in this Tinker. Really annoying. Oh, nice stun there as well. And they will take down the Tiny. Beautifully played. That's also the combo you've got to respect of the fact with that Helm of the Dominator. This Tinker can be anywhere at any time. And he's just coming back. Yeah.
Coming right back into the lane.
Yeah. They're using this Tinker very effectively to fight, which I really like. Oh, Alk. Can they stop the vision? No, they cannot. He will get that stun off the OD. He's going to rotate through, and that's going to be your Darkseer going down on the side of Shutdown. A little bit far forward. Tinker had already gotten out of there. He's going to be using the March still to clear those creeps out. He's just going to keep farming, keep pressuring, and kind of doing what the Alk wants to do, which is just get more gold and keep one lane pushed in. But the Alk... An Alchemist that has this net worth at this stage of the game isn't very scary. He's not ahead. He should be like 5-6k gold ahead of the next closest person, which he's not.
All right, well, I think he's going to escape here. Yeah, that's right.
Turns back, though. Does get the silence on him now. Odin going to be rotating in with the stun there from the leader. The ulti's going to be thrown as well, and they will just take him down.
Yeah, well, I was proven wrong pretty quickly there, which is, you know, I'm always happy to be proven wrong. But a nice little kill, 4 flash points here. They can't really get anything further from it, but it's always just nice to pick up a kill here and there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they get what they came for, right? They get 1 kill, they reset, move along. They've still got to deal with this Tinker, though. They'll probably start putting up Tinker wards, which is obviously there's a little bit of high ground behind some of the trees in the side lanes that you can sort of spot out Tinker blinking into those and pushing lanes, catch him out in a kill. Killing a Tinker once can sometimes just win you the game. Like, he'll be the only reason they're still in it because he keeps pushing the lanes, kill him, and then you win the game. But they will be finding out Bristle.
Will they?
They'll find him this disruptor, and he's gonna die.
Yeah, so not quite found out there, but nice little pickup again for Shutdown. And the kills are really kind of just going back and forth, but like you mentioned, this Tinker, oh, hang on though.
Yeah, could be in trouble here on the Alchemist. Tinker going to be TPing in onto this one. Will get onto the creep. Alchemist getting very low, will go down here. Now Long could be in a bit of trouble. Does get a nice stun out though, but vacuum back into one there. They do get the Tinker on the cliff, but hey, that's 3 dead. Shutdown looking good.
Yeah, and this is exactly the type of fights that I want to see Shutdown taking a little more. Not going too far past it, obviously picking up a few kills, and Tinker's just able to TP into the bottom lane, and now the attention is split. Do they go to defend Roshan? Do they go to defend the bottom lane? Yeah. I don't think they have the luxury to choose. Yeah, getting to this Rosh is going to take them a bit too much time, and with the Bristleback being there as well, the Goose Stacks end up doing a lot of work, and the Medallion of Courage proc onto the Roche. I don't think it is upgraded. I think it is still a Medallion. But Bristleback going to be having himself an Aegis, and this is a timing where they can just start sieging high ground with Bristle. You've got your Tinker March of the Machines on top of him. So rather than using Tinker to delay your game and push out lanes and side lanes, they're going to use it to siege. They'll have the March of Machines over the top of the Bristle. If you want to commit to kill him, you're going to have to fight underneath them. That's going to be...
And your Alchemist hasn't hit any kind of scariness.
No, I mean...
Not scary at all.
All we've talked about is how much gold he should have and how much gold he does have, which usually doesn't match up.
No. He's 1k gold ahead of a Bristleback, which is not where you want to be. Corrosive going to be caught out here by the Darkseer. Going to be vacuumed back in. Laser as well from the back end of the Tinker, and the Sand King stun comes through. Easy pick-off dead for 40 seconds. That's another tower.
Yeah, and like Tinker's just going to sit down, like March of the Machines constantly. Lon waiting to find something, but
Lona's one of the heroes that can catch him out in those trees, but I don't think he can't kill him on his own. He's not like farmed or anything.
yeah, and it's drawing attention away from members that you need to be defending.
They're sending
in
more
these
heroes
bushes.
down bottom too. They're just going to be trying to stop this tanker from doing something, try and get the kill.
I mean, it's just so much.
Who cares? They're going to get a tier 2 mid for this.
Exactly. I mean, all this attention is just being drawn down to the bottom lane. Tinker can just TP wherever the hell he wants.
Yeah, that's kind of what your Tinker's doing right now, right? So they're pulling them into another lane while the rest of the team kills a tower. Perfectly executed.
Yeah, I really like what Shutdown's doing here. It's really playing to a lot of their strengths as well. Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
he's
Tinker
all right.
gets pretty low. Oh no, that was not where you wanted to blink. He's been hit now. He's not going to be able to blink out of this one, but the Bristleback is going to be coming in. And they actually throw the Bristleback onto the Alchemist. Tinker finally does go down, but at what cost? They will take down the Alch for this one. It's going to be getting killed. And it doesn't have buyback, so this could be high ground sweeps. They don't have the Tinker for 40 seconds, so they may not want to play that aggressively just yet, being that they can't rely on the March of the Machine's damage. But, I mean, if Flashpoint try and fight them, he can always buy back and TP into this, whereas the Alchemist cannot do that. He is dead for 26 seconds, and there is no way he's coming back.
So they will go.
Yeah,
They will push.
they'll start pushing through. Sand King's going to be getting in there, do a bit of damage with the stun, pushing them away. They need to make sure they don't overextend here. They're not so strong that they can't die. Bristleback, though, on the front lines, he does have the Aegis, so he isn't really too afraid of much. Tinker going to be coming back at the same time as this Alchemist. They're going to move back to the tier 3 tower. It getting very low. They do have that siege creep there too. And Tinker going to be TPing his way in. Still has buyback too, so if he does die in this siege, he can buy back and refight. Vacuum stun with the epi on the background though. So nicely comboed up. But look at the damage on the other side. OD ult is going to be slammed down too. Nice ult from the Omni Knight trying to keep them alive here. Tinker is going to be going down as well. And Shutdown lose so many bodies for this. They are going to be able to take down this Aegis. So one death for the Bristle. Will they be able to take him down again? They should be able to do it. It might take a little while, but he's going to die either way. Lon needs to make sure he doesn't die to all the quill sprays, which he won't. That's going to be a lot of money going Flashpoint's way. They only get the tier 3, but that does open up the shrines. They can get a bit more map control for this, but Shutdown break that high ground, but lose so much for it.
Yeah, such a big price to pay, and for what is effectively just the tier 3.
Yeah.
They, like you said, they can go in and take a look at some of the shrines, deny any more map control that Flashpoint could have. I mean, when you've got a Tinker that's just all over the map, and suddenly you can't teleport to where you need to be, that's a big problem for Flashpoint. So, expensive move by Shutdown, but they don't lose anything on their end for it.
Yeah, I mean, they lose a bit of farming time. They still get the tier 3 tower. They're not behind in gold, really. It's basically the same. But they show Flashpoint that they can win these fights. That's a big thing, too. Flashpoint will, they'll start to understand how to win the fights. And the OD ulti is honestly so scary. It's doing so much damage.
Also, another thing is Alina picking up the Shadow Blade. Maybe you can sneak in, get a cheeky little kill, cheeky little stun.
He wants that break for the Bristleback as well. Take away that Bristleback ability, and he'll start dying a lot easier in these fights. And Alchemist has got that Sanjay Asher, so he's got a hybrid build. This is the fighting build. You've got the Radiance for the AoE damage and the farm. Sanjay Asher's going to make you farm, fight better, and he's going for a BKB into AC. So this is a full battle build. None of this split push rubbish. Fight them.
Yeah, I feel like you're never going to win the split push against Shutdown at the moment anyway. Like Tinker.
Against a Tinker?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, and Tinker's going the Dagon too, so he's going for that burst ability. He might max it and then go back for a Hex, or he'll just get it level 1 and go for the Hex next. Unsure. Or the Aghanims even. The Axe is good on Tinker as well. So could go for that. They could also just wait until Roche is dropping one and try and claim the Roche.
Quite a lot of options though on the table for them.
Yeah, but they will be taking the shrine down in the bottom jungle, so taking away map presence as well. So a nice win as well from taking that tier 3. So they end up getting 2 buildings instead of 1.
And there was just really no contest at all. I mean, Flashpoint, they're prioritizing just getting this Alchemist farm. He's got a lot of farm done, but now he's on the run.
Yeah, he's going to be getting that TP out too, but he won't make it out. Cozzy with the stun there will be able to take down this out. No way out of this one. The epi being used. A little bit unnecessary probably, but hey, you got your kill.
Yeah, kill is a kill. And they can now move down. I think Roshan's coming up pretty soon, so...
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit away still. So Not going to be getting that just yet, but I mean, they do take down one. They're going to be pushing down this top lane as well and should get the tier 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tinker teleport to the bottom lane as well. Just keep the pressure up there, go for the split push.
I mean, he could just simply blink forward and kill that Disruptor too. He's with that Dagon laser rockets, you'll kill him. So, but he will be there with his team, laying down the march of the machines, making sure they're all safe and cozy.
Always feels good being inside your own Tinker's march of the machine.
It does, it feels safe. It's just safe. But they take the tier 2, so the base is open bottom lane against Flashpoint, and they've taken all the outer towers. Meanwhile, Flashpoint Gaming have taken one tier 1.
So where is Flashpoint's opening back into this game? They've only got one tower down.
Fighting. They need to fight better than Shutdown and win fights. Lon. It's going to be going on Tinker here. There's going to be backup too. There's so many heroes, but this heal from Spag keeps them alive. And now here come the rotations. They want this leaner. They don't care about the other. They'll kill Lon anyway. Are going to get a toss on him, but doesn't matter.
And they're zooming down the mid lane. They're looking to try and close things out, pick off anyone else.
Disruptor, he was dewarding. Look at the damage. So many stacks of that passive, and just gets run down with the Rampage ability, and they're going to have to buy back here. The Tiny's going to be buying back straight away. They are going to be sitting on your high ground. Bristleback can stand there pretty safely. And with the Tinker March and the rockets coming through, look at the damage of this Bristle. He's hit such a good timing on this hero. Just so powerful. And this is going to be another tier 3 taking a lot of pressure here.
Flashpoint holding on to the buybacks though.
Yeah. They don't want to use them because it's only a tier 3. You can lose a tier 3 and it's not the end of the world. Lon going to blink in though with the toss back now onto Godot. The acid spray's going to be there for the minus armor, but he's just so tanky. Tinker going to be there as well, jumping in onto the Alpha Wolf. And that's another tier 3. That was a lot cleaner this time. There was a couple of heroes down. They didn't overcommit to the high ground. They didn't try and take a fight in the enemy base, and it just looked better executed. And Shutdown are really showing at this point that they're cool, calm, and collected. And they're in this game to not go for another 20 minutes. I
want to compliment Flashpoint as well on their restraint. You know, they lost the fight. It was pretty messy. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Tinker. Oh, no. Kuro waited too long.
See you later.
He waited too long for that one. He had an opening there. He has his ulti as well. Maybe he could have got something done. But Tinker's going to be getting out of that one. And he is going for the Hex next, so it doesn't look like he'll be upgrading the old Dagon fully.
No Dagon stack.
Nah. I don't think it's super necessary at this point. The damage output isn't low, so he doesn't need to start getting that higher level so he can sort of focus it more on cores. He can just use it for simply the Disruptor and the Tiny. It's not going to be killing Tiny straight away, but the Disruptor's going to have a bad time if he gets caught out by Tinker.
And it's certainly happened before.
Oh yeah, it has.
We've seen him be caught out a few times now, but Flashpoint, again, you know, they're staying a little cool, calm, and collected, but, you know, these fights, you mentioned that's how they're going to win the game.
Tiny's going to get caught out in the mid lane, though. Just wanted to farm some creeps. Not going to be able to get out of this one. He's going to be going down. No buyback either, as he has used it, so dead for 70 seconds. And this is going to be the breaching high ground. Bristleback's just going to walk up there and start hitting your buildings. And look at the damage he does.
Oh, my God. There's no tower to worry about either, so he's going to be so hard to take down.
They have to stall. It's not the end of the world if they take one lane of racks, but if they take this quickly, they're going to go bottom.
Well, I mean, it's still ages, 50 seconds until Tiny's back as well.
And Tiny is a big part of their fight too. Getting the blink and the toss back on someone is very, very important. Stuns are coming out. They're just trying to stall them out, but the spells from Omni Knight are just so hard to deal with on this Bristleback. And they're not committing at all.
They get a tower in the top lane.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to commit to this, right? It's just Bristleback in the front. There's literally no committal here. And they will take that down. The stun's going to be loaded up from the Alchemist. And they're just going to run him back. Rockets are going to be there to sort of spread them away. 15 seconds until this Tiny's back up. They want to go for more, though. This could be getting a little greedy for Shutdown. I think maybe you just back this out, wait till you get another pick off and do it again.
Yeah, definitely need a March of the Machines like right on top of the high ground as well for the next one. So, yeah, if they were looking to push again, we would expect to see that. But like you said, they're going to go back, look at pushing up again, spend their gold.
Very close from Kuro to get that stun. Very close indeed. But won't be able to take out this Tinker, so he'll get out of there. He does have buyback too. So as long as your Tinker's holding buyback, like you're in a pretty safe position where they shouldn't be able to go to your high ground ever. Once he doesn't have buyback, then it gets dicey. But Shutdown looking very much in charge of this game, taking down that mid racks. They've got a open lane down bottom as well. Alchemist, he's got the Blink, he's got the BKB, Radiant Sardiasha, he's the top net worth, but not by much.
Yeah.
So it's negligible at this point. Hex is now up on Tinker, so this is the point where you can disable someone permanently as long as you have mana. Top lane, nice stun onto the laner. Oh, Abyssal Blade.
Yeah, that's enough.
And that's 50 seconds dead. Does have buyback.
Does have buyback, so it's not going to be the end of the world. They do have it if they need to, but smoking up, like, there's not much they can find. Once again, Flashpoint have to fall back and be a little bit cautious. The question is, are they going to challenge this Roshan? Or should they challenge it?
I mean, it's going to be a difficult one. Lena dead for 30 seconds. You can't really fight this.
The Shrine's on that side of the map, though.
Yeah, they do have a Shrine, but I think they're all in mid lane. They're all kind of visible here. They can just take down this Rosh pretty quickly. And fighting without your Lena's a bad idea. So they will take the Aegis. That's going to go on to Godot. So once again, he can sit in front and siege these towers and do it even safer. He can die once and still do it.
And I mean, have we even seen him die? He's died a few times.
Yeah, he's pretty damn tanky, but Lon going to be caught out here. Nice stun coming through from Kozi, but they can't see him. The dust is finally here though, and that's going to be Lon going down again.
No buybacks.
That's the Alchemist dead as well. So Alk and Tiny died. Where was the Alchemist?
Yeah, I don't think I saw. Probably Tinker.
All right.
Probably just killed him, teleported away, and that's it.
I mean, he can disable him forever, but this could just straight up be the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they've got no buybacks on, importantly, their Alchemists. These racks are just basically free for Shutdown to take down. The question is, how fast can they take the buildings down? And
Fast enough, man. Fast enough indeed. They're going to take down one building in the bottom lane. Going to be going for the second. Look at the confidence of them. They're all on this high ground. They all know that they can't fight them. It's a free lane of racks. They can go back, or they can go straight for top and go for the win.
Well, the carries are starting to come back on for Flashpoint. Just about 10 seconds till both of them come back up, but Godot, he's still just rushing up towards the tower.
He's got Aegis, so now they play it the safe way. They play it with just the Bristleback on the high ground.
2 more Dagons.
Yeah, 2 more Dagons bought up for the Stinker. He's got that Hex, so that's all he needs to buy now. Finish that off and then get probably an Aghanims, honestly, after that. Tinker's going to be he's just keeping them away with the rockets. Godot can just simply be on his own. They need to wrap around Shutdown to kill their backlines, and Kuro's doing exactly that. He knows that's how they take the fight.
Well,
he's invisible on the backlines, trying to get the stun and the nukes off. He will try and do the damage to Sand King. Doesn't get the kill though. Odie moving in, but he gets a Abyssal Blade through the BKB. Omni Knight going to be using that ulti. Sand King going to be going down here, but Odie does die, has buyback. May have to use it here, will do. Lena as well using that buyback. Alchemist going to try and get out of this one, but vacuum back into the middle of the team fight. Alchemist dead again for 75, and everyone alive for Shutdown. I think Shutdown may have just punched their ticket into the grand finals here.
I think you're exactly right. Flashpoint have one more chance. They've got 4 members alive.
Oh, but they're diving them under the tier 4s. Can they get this done? Can they close out game number 2 and win this best of 3 nice and clean? They will manage to take down a couple more. 3 heroes dead. The leader gets astraled, but I don't think it's going to get done. And Kuro, he's going down. This is going to be it.
That's it, the fountain dive to seal the deal. Shutdown will be the other finalists playing against Atletico next week here in Auckland City at the SKYCITY Theatre.
Yeah, well played by Shutdown indeed, taking it 2-0. It hasn't ended yet. They are going to see the Radiant base dying and Shutdown Esports Club 2-0 against Flashpoint Gaming. I was wrong. You were half wrong with your score, but hey,
we can call it half right.
What a game from Shutdown, man. They played fantastically that second game.
And let's take it all the way back to week number 1. We were power ranking a lot of these teams.
Yep.
Shutdown lay somewhere in the middle, but suddenly now they're sitting in the finals after a 2-0.
They're number 2 in the rankings now, right? They've got to come into land next week and beat Atletico. If they can do that, then I'll be impressed.
Yeah, that's the result you want when you're facing Atletico next week. You come in, you're 2-0, you have a plan, and most of it goes to plan.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Shutdown, there's not much more to say. They take out a pretty clean 2-0, and they're going to be able to move on to the finals, like we mentioned, against Atletico. So just to refresh you guys, it was 2 2-0 series in both semi-finals. A little expected for Atletico, but Shutdown, pretty much their whole story has been exceeding expectations, and they did just that tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So they're going to be coming into our grand finals against Atletico. They've got to really bring it now next week on Thursday, man. They've got to play the big dogs. Look at the stage. It's all set, ready to go. Atletico versus Shutdown Esports Club. Best of 3 land finals. I'm so in.
Oh, this is going to be such a good final battle as well. So just as a reminder, guys, this is on live next week at the SKYCITY Theatre here in Auckland. So if you're nearby, definitely come along. I mean, if you haven't used it yet, Ola still has that free code thing going along.
Yep.
So, you know, let's ride as the code. If you want to get your first ride up to $20 free, you can come along to the finals. You don't even have to pay for travel.
Yeah, they can get you here or get you home, or like come with a friend and then use yours to here and there's to home. But as you can see on the screens, the LPL Pro Dota 2 ANZ Championship Finals, 18th of July at the SKYCITY Theatre. You can grab your tickets from Ticketek. I'm going to give you some Pringles when you get here. Like, I can basically guarantee 1 Pringle per person minimum.
Oh, right? I mean, yeah.
I'll give everyone 1 Pringle.
One Pringle. That's so generous. But of
know.
course, also you guys can do your Pringles Crunch Challenge there too, because we'll be there. I want to see if anyone can fit more Pringles than I can into my mouth, which was 25. Some people are saying it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Spelled out.
It doesn't count.
Look, it totally counts. It totally counts. Well, we'll see next week if anyone can beat it. But Dan, I think that's it. This is our last show. It was our last game until the grand final.
Yeah, I've had a great time, man. That last game was fantastic. Shutdown really exceeded my expectations this whole tournament. Excited to see them in the grand finals. Excited to see a lot of the Oz boys in New Zealand.
Yeah, they finally come to get to see our beautiful country.
They finally get to come over, and it's not me flying over there to cast their games. It's them flying to me.
Absolutely, and they can finally connect to the internet while they're here as well. But guys, that has been it for us today. It's been a spectacular set of semi-finals, but next week is going to be the final battle, Atletico taking on Shutdown here in Auckland City, and we will see you next week.